cut here, and get ready for that circle that we got to do. And in between these cones, that's the hard part. And now we just have to go around everything, cut in the middle just like the original bootlace. There we go. We have to cut around, and look at that. We're back towards our exit, and this is the easy part. Done. Done. And now we're gonna go ahead and set up for the next drill. So if you failed that first attempt, you have 2 more per drill. You have 3 attempts per drill in this, okay? Anaconda, we're gonna have to go wide. This one's gonna be a little tricky. You're gonna see why, because it's just like the tuning fork, but it's gonna be a little more complicated because there's a little bit more turns involved. So if you got the tuning fork down, you're good with this one, but just practice this one if you need help. All right, let's go ahead and do the Anaconda. Nice, easy around that. Now this one, you have to get it in between these, and you have to come back around through here. Get back through here. Get back through here. And if you mess it up, just do it again. You get 3 attempts. You get 3 attempts. Nice and easy. Boom, boom. If it's difficult, that's the one you should practice more. And it's okay. It's okay. You don't need to have the certification. It'd be great if you did, because we're going to be bragging about each other on the Smart Rider crew. Now we have the beggar. So we're going to have to go around this first one, cut it in, go around everything. So this one's actually pretty fun. I like this one a lot. I'm glad I put this one in the drills. But we're going to have to go wide on this first one. So we're going to start off going left. And then cutting in. You see how wide I went? Yeah, use as much room as you can. Then we have to go around these 2 cones. Cut all the way across to get around this. And look at that, we're at our exit, so this is nice and easy, chill. Done. There it is. What we got? Dizzy bike, and that's it for the slow speed control. So this one, you're gonna get a little dizzy. It's just basically doing 360s around 2 cones at a time. It's a matter of knowing what you're doing. So it's all gonna be left-handed U-turns, and you just kind of go to the next, and then the next, and then the next, and then coming out. Okay, so just don't worry. Just go around 2 cones. If you mess up, once again, you could practice again. You get 3 attempts per run. So you see I'm going around 2 cones, and then it's like, oh, these next 2 cones. It's pretty much just left-handed 360s. We're doing 4. Actually, if you count it, it's like 5, because we're doing the whole thing too, right? So you're practicing some really good slow speed, and you're pretty much just practicing your head on your chin bar the whole time. And then we got to do these last one before we exit out. So just keep looking, nice and easy. I'm going wide so you can see that it's doable. You don't have to cut it super close. That's it. That's the first proficiency. We're gonna jump into the dynamic.
These are the drills that separate riders who have control from riders who think they do. If you've got your basics down and want a real challenge, here are 5 drills that will test everything. Let's go and jump into it.
All right, we have an advanced control, dynamic control proficiency. 5 drills. You could go up to 15 attempts, 3 attempts per drill. If you fail your 3rd attempt on that one drill, you have to start all over. Perfectly fine, not a big deal, take a break. But we have rabbit ears, crisscross, octothorpe, hot air balloon, and roller coaster. So rabbit ears, this is gonna be a lot of fun. It's all hard and 2 experts, okay? 5 drills. We're gonna go wide around this first cone. So I'm gonna go start off super wide, position for safety. Go around all this one. Now I have to cut all the way across all of the cones and then shoot for that corner cone. But I'm gonna start off wide. I'm gonna get way over here, try not to hit the cone, turn way out here, oh, foot down, Not a big deal, but you know what? I don't like that. I want to do it without a foot down. So good thing I told you about, like, hey, first attempt, go ahead and just familiarize. So now that I familiarize, let's go and do it. I put my foot down because I was looking at the phone to see, like, what am I supposed to be doing? And yeah, I designed these, but I mean, there's 24 of them, and I have to worry about filming. I guess you do too. So now that I familiarized myself, I'm just gonna have fun with it. And I remembered it just from that one drill. So that's 2 attempts on the first drill. Perfectly fine. I have 3 total. Now my attempt score kind of like starts over. So now I'm on attempt 1 for this drill. Crisscross. That's gonna be a little bit crazy. It's kind of the same thing though. Let's just familiarize ourselves, okay? Let's just pretend that. We're trying to go through it. So we gotta go all the way around these 2, cut in, go around this last one just like in the rabbit ears, cut back to the cone that I just came from, go around it, but now I got to go around all of these. I have to cut in right here. Ah, don't hit the cone. See, I was looking at the cone. And then we go around this cone. So it's not the prettiest, but it's done. I didn't, put my foot down. I didn't hit a cone. I did the design as it was supposed to be. I didn't drop the bike. So therefore, it's a passing grade. To you and to me, actually, it doesn't feel the greatest. I'll play around and practice that one a little bit more later, but let's get through this next one. Octothorpe. So it's going to be just like the Dizzy bike. Now, instead of going around 2 cones at once, we're going around 1 cone, okay? So it's gonna be a little bit crazy. So let's go ahead and familiarize ourselves. So just around this 1 cone. Now we have to go to this other cone, same thing. Do the same exact thing. And it looks like we cut all the way across to the next cone on the far end. Same thing, set myself up, go wide. There it is. Same thing here. And now it's like a 360. So I'm going to start off wide. I'm going to use as much space as I possibly can. And that's it. That was actually easier than the crisscross. But it is what it is. Some people have better times with these fun, crazy drills. And one of the big things is that if you overthink it, you're gonna mess up. So overthink it on the first attempt, don't overthink it on the second, and definitely don't overthink it on the third. This one is difficult. We're gonna have to start off wide. It's basically a straight line weave in a very tight course. It's an expert drill, okay? Here we go. Let's go wide on this first one, because we're gonna have to do a lot of straight line weave stuff. So straight line weave. And then now we have to do a 360, start off nice and wide, counterweight, counterweight, nice and slow. There it is. So now we have to do it again for this. Straight line weave, nice and wide. Keep the turn, turn. Oh, I almost missed it. Foot down, don't like that, but we're gonna accept it because it's not considered a fail. That last part got me. So that last part got me because I wasn't.
There we go. What's up, everybody? I had to play around with some of that stuff, like the audio. How you doing? Yeah, I was muted. So interesting title choice. That's what I said, and it's because for some reason in the last week I just got blasted with a bunch of emails saying, "Hey, Alex, you're fired. Hey, I know where you're coming from. Demonetize, and then age restrict. So I get it. Because it's crashes and close calls, but it makes no sense because I'm literally watching Motostar's stuff And I don't know what they're doing. I'm trying to figure it out. I mean, it's all about the algorithm changes. And I'm watching their stuff, and not none, a vast majority of their stuff is not age restricted. That's a big one. Demonetized, it's hard to tell because I have YouTube Premium, so that's not something like it. I don't even see ads anyways. But something must have changed to where now it's just like getting age restricted, and that's not a good thing because then it's just straight up not showing anything. So those videos are just straight dead. And I want to kind of show you just a little bit. I'm not complaining. It's just a matter of like what changed and like what is it that we need to do differently. That's pretty much what it is. So I'm gonna bring it up here. Like these two videos haven't even gone out yet. Like this is supposed to be, what is today? It's supposed to be tomorrow and the 11th. This one has views because I put it out for members. But straight up, confirmed, 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 age restricted, confirmed, age restricted, confirmed. And it wasn't really much, but I mean it happens. Like this week kind of sucked. And then boom, boom, boom. Just straight up, yeah, we're not gonna put any ads on it, which ads are they're whatever. Ads are whatever. It's not a big deal. I'm not super duper reliant on the ads, but the thing is with YouTube, if it gets demonetized or age restricted, it doesn't get put out. Like it doesn't get shown to new people. And the whole point of making these videos is that it gets shown to new people or just gets shown to people so that they can not crash or have close calls. That's really like that's the point. So like if I'm doing something, see, just like with the after action reviews and everything, if you're doing something that you're the active threat, there's something that you can change and do. So I'm wondering if there's something that I'm doing because it's education based, but there's got to be something with the titles, thumbnails probably, or something in the description. And I know that YouTube scans the transcript. So I'm like, if you're scanning the transcript, I'm talking about motorcycle safety. So I don't understand that. So it's really weird. So I'm not asking of anything I'm not asking for anything from you guys. So I'm just letting you know that's what's happening. And I don't know if it keeps happening that they might just be like, we're going to take you from the partner program because you have a lot of ad suitability problems and whatnot, which would completely just negate the whole channel at that point. So like that's the fear. That's where the title comes from. And I've already had to deal with this. It seems like I deal with it every year around this time, which is weird. So that's why I've been not just focused on YouTube. I've been focused on, and not social media really, but I haven't really been I've been focusing on the shop and building the books. I've been focused on building articles on the website. I've been focused on the community itself. And so I'm not focused on YouTube. I'm not a YouTuber anymore. I use YouTube to get attention onto the learning material. It used to be I'm making YouTube videos because like that's all I can do. And so thankfully throughout the years with your guys' support, I've been able to build, the books. I've been able to build all the books and everything because I kind of saw the writing on the wall for some of this stuff. And so that's just kind of the aspect. I was just giving you guys an update. Like if for some reason Dan the Fireman YouTube channel goes away, that's probably it. It wouldn't be my choice. And I like doing the after action reviews because I think they're good visuals when it comes to like what to do, what not to do. That's the whole point of an after action review, and it is what it is. I know the gun community and the gun videos and whatnot, and like certain political videos and whatnot, they have the same problem. So I'm wondering if it's going towards, like I'm getting the same problem. I'm just wondering if I'm getting the same problem. That's all. So it's a weird thing. And that's why I've been focusing heavily on, like I said, the books, the community, and articles, and joining the newsletter. because I would like to start putting out newsletters to the people instead of putting up a video and it just kind of gets shut down. I think the newsletter is really good. And to join the newsletter, I need to focus heavily on that again. I was putting out a video or a newsletter every week. But I want to get back on it. To join it, you just click the link in the pinned comment and you get 5 free drills. So let's go ahead and get to that. I'll show you what it looks like. You get 5 free drills, which is the U-turn proficiency. Let's go ahead and do this. So you just go to training resources up top, but the link will take you here. So you get 5 free drills. So you get the videos, the drills, and you get the download. So 5 free drills, and you can join basically the newsletter. Right? I'm going to start putting more out on the newsletter. So it's the same thing there. Yeah, I wonder what's happening when promoting dangerous use of electricity. Okay, it's like what happens if I make fire videos? It's like promoting dangerous fire stuff. Jigsaw Bros, you're talking about Jigsaw Bros. So yeah, it probably has multiple means of income. And that's the thing is like some people when they make these videos, they have a real job. And I say real job, it's a job outside of YouTube. So I use YouTube just like a lot of businesses use YouTube now, where it's just like putting out, hey, free stuff. If you like what I say, I have a condensed version of all of it that is all, more comprehensive anyways, with these books or with this product. And that's what I do. It's like I only do educational products. And then the Smart Router crew, I might have to dive more into that. I was thinking about shutting it down so we can focus on the Discord, but if this keeps happening, I might have to just keep that up and promote that more and participate more and put these videos up there, to be quite honest, on that and treat that as like my own personal YouTube channel. It's a membership site, $5 a month. So we'll figure that out. Because at the end of the day, what I really want to do is be able to give this information for free. But obviously, I can't do that because then I won't be able to do it. Part of doing stuff is that you got to pay for my cost of living and stuff, which is very low, to be quite honest. So yeah, that's just kind of the information. And then the other thing is I'm going to be doing more on Motorcycle Training Concepts YouTube channel. So let me go. I'll show you guys that. I've been putting a lot more stuff on it lately. And once I get the academy going and all these videos done, then I can start putting out more motorcycle training videos. So I've been putting out a little bit more. So you get all the drills, a bunch of stuff. So I've been putting out more. So Motorcycle Training Concepts, YouTube. That'd be kind of cool to get to 100,000 subscribers. But if it, for some reason, Dan and the Fireman goes down, then it tells me like, hey, crash and after action reviews aren't the thing, at least with compilations. I might have to adjust a few things and maybe just do Motorcycle Training Concepts, or I'm gonna have to adjust the channel to make it to where it's not doing what it's doing, which kind of sucks. It is what it is. But pivot, make changes and whatnot. But yeah, get the free drills if you want. Sign up, get some drills. You get a download to your phone, or grab the whole system. So that's just the update when it comes to that. We got some crashes and close calls today. We're gonna keep trying. So part of this is I'm gonna film these and I'm going to edit them and I'm gonna try to see what it is. I'm gonna make some testing and see what it is that is causing all these ad suitability and age restrictions on these videos. That's really kind of the point. So some quick updates, or this is for the Smart Rider crew, just a quick update. I did film the rescue. I'm gonna see if I can pop it up. It might cause a little bit of lag. I'm popping up Premiere Pro right now. Let's take a look. I filmed I filmed stop major bleeds, rescue overview, and the trauma kit setup. There we go. So it might cause some lag. I can't see what you guys see right now because I am doing this. Just gonna get it up here. It's gonna be a small screen. I have an ultra wide right here, so it's easier for me to edit, but oh, it's a great freeze frame. There we go. So I did film some stuff in the living room. How to rescue, that's the rescue overview, stop major bleeds. I show you how to apply the tourniquet and whatnot. I show you all that stuff. And then the trauma kit overview. What's in the trauma kit. It's still rough edits. I need to add some more and do some zooms and everything. But everything that's inside my trauma kit. So I was filming a lot of it. So you're going to get a lot of good information. Like I said, I'm in the living room. So I've been working on that. Yeah, there's a dead person down there. I believe the video titles might be a bit too much on. Yeah, and that's the thing is, if I don't make them dramatic, then the click through rate is really low, so less views. So what I might be doing is making. I think that might be the test that I'm going to be doing, is that they're going to be less dramatic, more educational based. It's going to get less click through rate, but hopefully long term they get better. They'll get better views for what it is. So that will probably be the change. And that's the sucky thing, is that there's no one to tell me on YouTube side, and it doesn't tell me like what's causing it. So like I'll have to make that change, and if that doesn't work, then I got to make another change in a different week, and then a different week. And so these types of experiments that YouTube does when they change the algorithm, it takes like a month or two of just one change at a time, seeing what happens. And in the meantime, you can get age restricted or limited to no ads during that time. And like I said, that's not a problem. The problem is that YouTube does not promote those types of videos because they don't receive money. So that's the big problem. And since they don't promote them, people aren't getting the education. And that's the frustrating part. And then I don't know if YouTube is like, hey, since you're having a lot of issues with ads, we're just not going to have you in the partner program, which then causes more issues. So like that's where the YouTube does not really help out when it comes to creators. And so that's the frustrating thing. At the end of the day, it's just a matter of, all right, that's a crappy situation. We're just gonna have to make adjustments. And I don't like having to do those experiments, because at the end of the day, it's the end of the day. But at the end of the day, I'm really focused on trying to build out, like I said, the rescue stuff. I have street strategies to film. I got to clean my chain and do an oil change on the Honda. And so there's like a lot of stuff I already got to do. And I'm kind of hoping like that was just going to be set in stone. It's perfectly fine. I don't have to worry about it. And I could just focus on the academy coming up. And now it's like it gives me more work. It sounds like I'm complaining, but it's like I'm just letting you guys know it is what it is. Work is work. This is what I like to do anyways. Just letting you know, it's like there's more stuff on here. So Hog Rider, thank you for the message. That's what I've been kind of dealing with. So yeah, it's frustrating. Like I said, like look at this. Like they even made even the motorcycle crash ASMR like funny April Fool's thing, where I just did the full live stream 2 hours and 15 minutes, and it got age restricted. It's like, what the heck? For the first week, it was fine. And then and yesterday, it just started getting age restricted. Confirmed too. Like I asked for, like this one confirmed. Yeah, it just got confirmed. This one was, it just happened today. And it got confirmed. Okay. Confirmed. Even when I click review, the appeal is rejected. We've looked at your content carefully. It's important that we keep the YouTube community protected. It's just like, okay. Yeah, I might not try fonts. Like I don't like that's the thing that like I've dealt with this before in a couple years, so it's like I know like okay, make a change to the titles. Okay, let's see if that works. Make a change to the thumbnails now with the new titles, see if that works. Make a change with not just the titles and thumbnails, but then the first, you know, or the description. Okay, make a change of how I speak during the videos. And it's like I already speak during the videos like it's about, you know, safety. Another platform, there's just not enough audio. YouTube, they're getting to the point where they're the ones. They're the ones. I mean, I used to post this stuff on Facebook and all these other places, and like no views. You have to pay Facebook just to get your videos out in front of everybody, and it's like I don't want to. So this is the best. YouTube is the best. So you just got to make it work, and it is what it is. It is what it is. But to give you guys an update, so the Smart Rider crew, once again, to give you guys an update, I have my own little production checklist of all the things I need to get done. So May 1st is the Academy. We got 22 days till then. And filming the rescue, I got to film all the street strategy stuff, but I'm checking it off, getting it all filmed. I want to do this California's motorcycle testing thing, but yeah, I'm getting through everything. There's a few things still got to film, but checking off as much as I possibly can. About 50% done when it comes to before the Academy, but almost 100% done before I have everything I want filmed. So working on it, working on the new book. This is just the manuscript. I like to make it look pretty though. This is what the new book is. Completely working on it. Just lots of work. Love it. Just wish YouTube didn't distract me with this problem on the Dan the Fireman YouTube channel. That's all. Yeah, Smithy. Yeah, that's the problem. So there's that. It is what it is. A little disappointing, but making it work. So if you want to support a free download, link in the chat for 5 free drills. Wish I had it on my phone because I have the full drills on my phone. But it is what it is. It's the best thing you can do about it, right? Just be like, we'll figure it out. So we'll go ahead and change the let's see what we can do. Let's go ahead. What's the title for here? Insane and crazy. Oh, what the heck? That changed riders forever. Let's do that. Boom. Like I said, we got 5 videos. Boom, 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 boom. We have 3 new ones from MotoStars. None of these are age restricted. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's been a good month anyways. It's been a good month. In terms of getting things done. I love it. How's everybody's week? How's everybody's week been? It's been a week. When did we do the last live stream? We did it last Wednesday. I always have to look at my phone and look at my schedule because I always put these things on the schedule so I don't miss, because I forget. I forget when and what I've done. I just get things done and then I forget about it, and then I have to look at my schedule, what I actually got done on my task list. Haven't been able to ride, but watch all your reviews to stay sharp. Nice. I'm back. I wasn't here in the last one. Nice. How you doing? Easter was nice. Yes, Easter was nice. What's up, Big Owls? Big Owls. How you doing? Yeah, Horovac, exactly. We have painted the boiler room in your new house. Nice. What color? What color? Yeah, fire extinguishers on all my vehicles. I'll be putting one on each bike when I get them back. Yeah, you can get like a little small one. Doing well here. All white. That works. That works. But we got some crashes and close calls. We have 5 videos today. And like I said, I'm going to go ahead and play with the titles, see if that changes things. I think I just might, you know what? I'm just going to go straight up everything. I'm not going to do one at a time. We're going to do straight up titles, thumbnails, descriptions, less dramatic, more education based. We'll see what they do. We'll see what they do when it comes to YouTube. And the next 2 videos set up for tomorrow and Saturday, I might have to adjust those so they are not age restricted. Might have to take those down and re-upload them, make a few changes before I do that. Because they don't like it if you just take them down and re-upload them. That will actually get your channel taken down if you keep doing that. I know that. Not from experience, but I've read about it. Darth Jader, how you doing? I'm putting some serious miles in Rebel 1100. Nice, Shadow. What's up, Eli? I haven't rode since the war started. Ah, that sucks. Even for work? How you doing, Voodoo? What are you doing, Voodoo? How you doing? What up? What up, peeps? Let's get these books. Let's get these books ready to go. Ordered some new rescue cards. We're starting to run out of those. Some new rescue cards are coming in on Monday. Starting to run out of Smart Rider drill booklets. I'm gonna make the updated version so that you'll have the updated version when if you buy in the future. But right now you get the updated digital version, so that's nice. I'm away from work for more than a month now. Oh, I'm deep in the Army. Oh yeah. My husband has an R7. Your back will hurt. Yeah, it is a beautiful motorcycle. 67 of you in class right now. 67 of you in class right now, but only 36 of you have signed into class. You're not going to be able to get a slice of pizza if you don't sign into class. You got to hit that like button to get a slice of the pizzas. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Let's take a look. Let's see. We got this one came out 6 days ago. Second video came out 3 days ago. And this one, you know what? Let's just do this one. Let's do this one. It just came out 5 hours ago. Let's see what people are saying. Let's not even look at it. Let's see what people are saying. I'm running out of options at this point. Ignores brake lever. Okay, so we're gonna have a braking problem. Let's see. The one-handed speed bump. Okay, somebody hits a speed bump with one hand. That's gonna probably just cause them to crash and fall down. Or, yeah, let's see. They cut me off. Okay. So we're going to have some of those people. A lot of absolute idiots. Like, why aren't these people watching my channel? What's wrong with these people? At night, especially in high traffic areas. Oh, so we're going to have a night issue. Stunting on the highway. Okay. Let's see. No wonder my motorcycle insurance is high. Speed limit. So we got some speeders, of course. What's the name of the intro song? I don't know. Too fast, too fast, too fast. Overcooked corner. Okay, so we have a corner issue. Yeah, we're going to have the same stuff. Look how many comments he gets, though. He gets a lot of comments. Very nice in 5 hours. How you doing? Good guy. Some special videos for adventure bikes. If I had an adventure bike, I would love to be able to do that. I have a Honda Rebel 5 Hundo. All right, guys, we're going to jump into this one. We're going to hit record because we got a lot to do. So 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody, we have MotoStars videos. Take a look. All right, so we're going to be going faster than the flow of traffic. We just passed our buddies. So the whole point of this is we're going to be going over the plan method. So let's take a look. I'll talk about that. So there it is, out and about. He tried for an escape route. Didn't work out too well. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look. So we are going pretty fast.
Hey guys,
So we're going pretty fast here. We're going to be speeding past our buddy. It says
we are going to start with a situation that
76,
is
no,
very
220. So I have a nice little cheat sheet right here. And it goes up to, oh, no, on the backside. I have to go to the backside. 220 is 137 miles per hour. I have the Cardo Pack Talk as the magnet holding it up. So if you want to grab a Cardo Pack Talk, it's a Bluetooth system. I love it. I use the Edge. Links in the description for discounts. Same thing with Rockform. Links in the description for discounts. Anything in the description, there's probably a discount for you. But 220 kilometers per hour. Okay. Going pretty fast. Don't you think that might be a factor in this? Okay.
Got a warning.
So somebody switched over, and when we pass this truck right here with the trailer, we're going to recognize they switched over because there's someone in front of them. They went to pass them. So that is an open lane pattern. We talk about that in the plan method in the Smart Rider Motorcycle Training System. So this is the first book of it. You get multiple books of it. Links in description for that. Free shipping, by the way, for the printed and the one with the cone kit if you're in the United States. But we talk about that. It's an open lane pattern. We talk about that all the time. And so we see this. We're coming up to here. We're going to go ahead and go for an escape route. So the guy went to the left. We think it might be open if we're the rider. And we swerve right. Okay. Trying to find the escape. Didn't really work out too well. We get to this point. We're like, oh, crap. What do we do? This big truck's in the way. We're going to go for a new escape route. That's part of planning our ride. So we located a hazardous situation. And we assessed, hey, there's a relevant threat. We have to navigate this active one because we're going to be traveling way too fast. We're not going to be able to stop in time. All these problems. We're going to collide with this big semi-truck because we're going this fast. We must do a swerve. Now, there's multiple things that we could do instead of swerving to the right, but, you know, he made that choice, right? So he made the choice. Let's see if I can get my pen out right now. So once again, this is part of the live stream, guys. So right here, we could have, we swerved here. We swerved right. We could have just tried to lane filter as best we can. I don't recommend it when you're just kind of just cruising. You're on a lane split. Because we have two big trucks, okay? So he made a good choice to go this way. He just didn't hold on to that line. He just kept swerving right, and that's a big problem when it comes to traveling such a high rate of speed. We swerved hard to the right. It's going to be really hard to swerve left. So the amount of effort you did to swerve right, you're going to have to do the same amount of effort to swerve left to stay in that line. Because if you just keep swerving right, you're turning right. You have to swerve left to go straight. So right here, he needs to apply a lot of pressure to swerve left to stay in this shoulder. So he's now going straight, and now we're off. So if he swerved hard to go left, we could have stayed on the shoulder and then got back into our lane. So a lot of movement. Remember, we're going 130-ish miles an hour. We're traveling super duper fast. We have to make split-second decisions in the moment. And that's the cool thing about adrenaline. It does help out. But we swerved right. We just didn't do the swerve left part. So there's some mistakes here. The biggest mistake, write in the comments if you know what the biggest mistake that this motorcycle rider did. Pretty simple, guys. Going way too fast. So if you don't go this fast, you're not going to have this problem. All right. So we went over the plan method, all the stuff in the description. Let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the videos here. Ice, rice. So stunting. Oh, nice big loop. So once again, part of the Smart Rider training system, you have the rescue booklet and the rescue card. So if somebody crashes, we remain calm. We remain calm. We ensure our own safety. We stop major bleeds and quickly assess the severity.
Bro, I know.
So he's walking. That's good. Get off the road. That's part of ensuring your own safety. Get out of traffic so you don't get hit by another vehicle. And if we want to get the bikes out because we don't want to get caught by the cops or whatever it is what it is, but you don't want to get hit by another vehicle.
It's fine. It's fine. Lift it up. Lift it up.
So he's putting water on the engine. There's no fire. There's that a soda. All right, let's go back just real quick. I want to see right here. So that right there is a huge mechanism injury. Look at the legs, ankles, everything. At this speed, it's the full body. A little bit of fire, but it pretty much put itself out.
Oh my God, no.
That right there, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Okay. Let's just go ahead and go to the next one. Once again, like what can we learn from this one? Stunting has inherent risks. You're basically trying to, especially a wheelie, you're trying to balance on one wheel. We only have two, so try not to do that. All right, let's jump into this one. A little group ride. We're coming up to a stop sign. Oh, or stoplight, and that's the dude's shoe. I think I saw this on Instagram. That's the dude's shoe. Let's go back just a little bit. Why did this rider not pay attention? So once again, the cardos, you can talk to your buddies and be like, hey, we're coming up to a stoplight. Give some update. If you're in the front, be like the sign. Stoplight, sharp turn. You point it out so people behind you can understand. That's part of locating hazardous situations. And one of the main hazardous situations here is an intersection. So we have stops, pedestrians, left turners, a bunch of different traffic problems when it comes to intersections. So this is where we need to be paying attention. So the rider in the back wasn't paying attention, went for an escape, hit his foot. And I did make a comment on the Instagram, and I asked, like, or I said something about, like, imagine if the shoe did that, what kind of injury would the foot have? And the person said that there's no injuries, which is kind of weird. All right, let's take a look at this one. Oh, stopped. Was that an intersection? Why did they slam the brakes? Go ahead and pull off. Very nice. Oh, that's why. That's why. Somebody, dumb truck driver, was trying to pass when there was an intersection. So I tell you guys, when there's an intersection coming up, try not to pass because you don't know if anybody's turning left or whatever. Just wait till after the intersection to pass. This guy did not do that. Didn't secure his load, and that's what happened there. And so the view that we got is we have the person turning left, the guy was passing. Pretty scary. Pretty scary.
That was carrying way too
All right,
much
one hand.
for a speed bump, and the fact that
Residential area. Watch out for anybody pulling out. It's a blind turn. There's a bumper. It literally said bump. We crashed the bike. All right, so why did we do that? I mean, we're coming up through here. We're just chilling. Remember? Not remember, but there's been like a study that says that most car accidents and most whatever, roadway accidents happen within like a mile of the house. And that's typically when you're coming back home. Because you're just like, hey, I made it through all the crazy traffic and everything, and I'm home. Now I can relax. And that's a big problem because that's when you get complacent, when you're just like, oh, I don't have to focus on anything. I can relax. Nothing ever happens in the neighborhood. Things can happen in the neighborhood. Now, if this person lives here, he should have known that there's a speed bump and whatnot. But if you see
so much hard.
signage, pay attention to it. But it's hard to pay attention to it when you're not paying attention because you're just like, relaxed. So just, a reminder, you're in the neighborhood, things can still happen.
Harder to keep the bike
So there's the speed bump, one hand.
under.
It's going to cause that. He's not going to have control over the front end. Dump the bike. So as smart riders, this is why we acquire and use personal protective equipment, just in case our seeks and maintains fails. Oh, that's copyrighted music. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one. So went a little bit wide. Let's go back. So he's going to go a little bit wide on the turn, maybe going a little too fast for this turn for him. Maybe that bump over the bridge caused the problem. Either way, we're not focused. We're not making the turn. Part of planning a ride, locating hazardous situations, corners, and intersections. Yeah. I recently just had a comment that somebody's like, can you explain the plan method again? I don't know what it means. And he did it like on 3 YouTube videos. He's just being a troll. I keep saying the plan method because it's very important that we understand the plan method because that is the method of thinking when it comes to when you're out riding or driving. So position for safety. Okay, so make sure you have a good line of sight, you have a good space cushion, and you have at least one escape route. Locate hazardous situations. You have corners and intersections where most things happen. There's a few patterns that you can recognize, like an open lane pattern with merging. There's also the side of the vehicle pattern. We talk about that, like I said, in the Smart Rider Motorcycle Training System. You get all the books and digital downloads. Links in the description for that. Assessing relevant threats. All those things I just mentioned, open lane pattern, side of the vehicle, intersections. If there's no one in the intersection, it's like an empty intersection, nothing, it's not a threat because you're not having to deal with left turners or pedestrians. But if somebody's pulling out in front of you or a pedestrian starts walking, they become an active threat. So we have 3 things that we can do when it comes to an active threat. We can swerve, we can brake, or we can accelerate. So this is a method. The plan method is a method to think. because we just watched somebody not paying attention. You can have all the skills in the world, but if you're not locating, assessing, or navigating and keep putting yourself in a new position for safety every single time, you're not going to be able to avoid things. So you constantly are trying to put yourself in a new position for safety. It's a rotation of that thinking pattern. So let's take a look. Let's see if the plan method is used in this. Okay. So wheelie. Let's diagnose what really... Oh, did he have a passenger? Oh my gosh. I hope he did not have a passenger. So part of the plan method, right? Navigating active threats. I just mentioned how intersections in that example, if it's empty, it's just nothing. But if there's left turners and pedestrians and they come out in front of you, they become an active threat. That's an external active threat. Also think about it. Are you the active threat to yourself? So if you are the active threat to yourself, how do you navigate yourself back into a position for safety? Tell yourself not to speed. Tell yourself not to do these wheelies. Tell yourself not to speed through an intersection. Tell yourself to have the skill set so you can understand. Tell yourself to swerve. Tell yourself, like, you have to make sure that you're not the problem, because a lot of these riders that we see on these motorcycle crashes and close calls is that they are actually the person putting themselves into the danger. So if you can remove yourself from being a threat to yourself when it comes to riding, your riding experience, you're not going to be on MotoStars. You're not going to be on this channel. Because I know there's a vast majority of you that don't ride like this, and you don't have these problems. So think of that. Now, when it comes to practicing wheelies, that you can do whatever you want. So he actually at least picked an area with no traffic. I'll give him that. That's part of an after-action review, is trying to figure out what happened. He failed. Wear some gear. Wouldn't have done it with a passenger, though. Messed up his audio and everything. It's like white noise. All right, here we go. Coming around the corner, going a little bit too fast. Collided into a car because we went wide. So once again, are we the problem? So we can go back just a tiny bit right here. I want you guys to locate possible threats. That chevron sign indicates it's a sharp left turn. Before entering this corner, it probably had a sign that was like a sharp turn. It says recommended speed. We're not doing that. Now, why would this person want to speed? Maybe trying to keep up with our buddies. So if you're in a group ride and they're going fast through the corners and you can't maintain lines because you're not that skilled, that's perfectly fine. It's a skill that you develop, but don't do it at such a high level and put yourself way past your skill so that you're taking massive risks. Just talk to them on your car and say, I can't keep up. You guys are great. You guys are awesome at this. I'm still learning, whatever it is. And you guys can just, stay together a little bit easier. But we went too wide because when we speed up through a corner, we go wide. So we're going too fast for our skill level. If this guy was going 50 miles per hour in this turn and did this, a lot of you are probably thinking, 50 mile an hour going through this turn, I could do that. It's because your skill is greater than this rider's skill. So we have an issue where this guy can't make it at 50, you might be able to. But he can't make it at 50, you might not make it at 70. So don't do 70 because you're going to look like this. He's doing it at 50. That's just an example. So understand your skill level, mitigate your risks. And it's a Tesla, of course. I wonder if he got that footage from court. How do you do that? Unless it was his buddy. All right, so can't see. Now we can see what's inside here, and that's the problem. So we hit the wall. Same thing going too fast. I want to point out right here. Does it look like there's a turn? This is the view that you typically get. So you can see everything out here, can't see anything in there. So that should let you know, is this a hazardous situation? Is this a relevant threat? Make sure you ask these questions. And if you're like, I don't know, then it's not, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. If it's an I don't know, I'm going to be cautious. So I'm coming up into here. I can't see. What is it? Is it turning? Is it going straight? One thing that you can point out, and you always want to look for little patterns, look at the lights. Look at the lights. See how they turn? So at this point, slow down. It's 100 kilometers an hour, 62 miles an hour. Let's go and slow it down just a little bit until we get in there and our eyes adjust and we can see what's actually happening. And then speed up if we need to. But that's something to look at. Look at the lights, if there is lights. If there's no lights, you're kind of going in blind.
the rider himself admitted this could have ended terribly if it wasn't for the proper gear. His knee took a massive impact, but luckily it was well protected.
Perfect. That's part of being a smart rider, acquiring and use personal protective equipment. He's got full gear. All right, let's take a look at this one. Going wide in the corner and dumped it. Yeah. Once again, we talked about it. Too fast for their skill level. That's all it is. So thumbs up, that's great. Remain calm, ensure your own safety. Too fast for their skill level. Okay. We're on a scooter with a seat. She's not doing well. Remain calm for yourself. Ensure your own safety. And if there's any major bleeds, stop those major bleeds. Okay, I just filmed a video series on that. But once again, you can get it with the system. So what do we have here when it comes to riding in the rain? Loss of traction issues. That's going to be the biggest thing here. Maybe a pelvic injury, knee injury, just a lot of pain, really. So our total stopping distance is going to be expanded, because if we apply the brakes too hard, we can lose traction. That's why you need to do good progressive braking. So nice and easy squeeze and more while you get more traction. But if that's the case, that our total stopping distance is expanded, we need to create a bigger space cushion. And if we get closer and closer and closer to the vehicle in front of us, we also need to be slowing down. Now this person pulled out. Okay, so now what do? We need to now start applying the brakes. 3 things we can do: brakes, acceleration, or swerving. Can't swerve right. Maybe we could have swerved left. I don't know. We're kind of close to each other. But we didn't apply the brakes until... Let's take a look. Let's go back. Hi, buddy. So the moment this person comes out, that's when you should be applying the brake. Hey, Miss Missy, welcome. 23 months. I love it. This person started to come out. That's the moment you start to perceive. Now you need to respond or react, okay? That is part of your total stopping distance. Where is it at? Total stopping distance. Perceived it. Now we must respond or react. And now this is our braking distance that we have. Now take a look. The moment they perceived and reacted, you can see when they reacted because of the brake lights apply. Let's go right there. That's when we started. Right there. I would have done it back there. Do it way back there. That way you have at least a little bit more room to apply the brakes and actually try to stop. But we did it right here. A little bit too late. And they're sliding all over the place. And especially on a scooter like that, you're not going to stop in time. Thankfully, helmet, gloves, but still, a lot of pain. Way too slow on the reaction time. What's this pattern, everybody? What's this pattern? We're locating hazardous situations. What's this pattern? You can already see the Prius doing it. You can already see the Prius doing it. Let's go back just a little bit here. We're coming up into it. What's this pattern right here? Open lane pattern. You'll start to recognize these open lane patterns before you enter them. So once again, we're perceiving the issue. We're locating the situation. Is it a relevant threat? I don't know. So since I don't know, I'm prepped and ready just in case somebody wants to go into the open lane. So when I say open lane pattern, all these vehicles are stuck behind other vehicles. So more than likely, anybody would want to go into the open lane. Anybody wants to go in the open lane. So that's a death trap. So what's going to happen here? Let's take a look. Yep. Person wanted to come out. Good job on the brakes, not hitting the car in front of you. It doesn't matter. See, that's the thing, is that's why I tell you guys to look for these patterns, because we all know, we all ride motorcycles, we all drive out here, right? We all do these things. We know that people do not use their indicators 100% of the time. So I cannot trust somebody to use their indicator to let me know they're about to do that. So now I'm going to go ahead and take all responsibility for my safety and be like, what is the common pattern that will indicate that somebody is going to come out in front of me? And that was the open lane pattern right there. So if I see this, there is an opportunity for somebody to go out in front of me with or without a blinker. So now it's on me. It's on me to see this. So that's why you need to plan your ride. so important to plan your ride.
Fuck yourself.
Because then you don't get mad. Because then you see the pattern. You're like, they're probably gonna do this, and they do it, and you're like, I'm proud of myself for paying attention. And so then you get super angry.
You got a problem with you? Tell me now. Indicate, then turn. Don't turn and indicate. All right? Well, if I flip you off, it's because you almost hit me.
So this is pure adrenaline
What's the problem with me?
with no emotional regulation.
I up right here. Don't have to do me.
What does this accomplish?
So, all right? What? Do something. Do something then.
Doesn't accomplish anything. All right, here we go. Nice, easy, chill ride. I'm gonna go ahead and mute that because I don't know if it's copyrighted. So we're gonna go ahead and pass. The person also thought about that, but we accelerated super hard and now we dumped the bike. Thankfully, he's got crash bars, so it's not gonna cause any damage to the bike or very minimal. So we're gonna move on here. Nice, easy, chill ride. We're gonna have a deer pop out. Now we're gonna turn left. Oh,
A slight
that's why it's important to communicate.
to cause some major trouble. It's
Thankfully, the person did not hit him.
Turn
Good
to
U-turn.
crash.
Keep your feet up. Once again, part of the drill system, you get 24 drills to do it. Fun parking lot drills. Oh, we're passing super fast on the side, going around the corner. Now we're gonna go ahead and keep up because we want to see what's gonna happen. We're gonna probably put ourselves in a dangerous spot. Hopefully, oh! Yeah. So, as the rider with the camera, this is why it's a full system, the Smart Rider Motorcycle Training System. You get all this stuff. That's why it's a full system, because I want you to learn how to ride a motorcycle. I want you to practice your motorcycle skills in the drill or in the parking lot with 24 drills. And if for some reason something happens and somebody crashes, whether it's a car crash or a motorcycle crash or you crash, you know how to rescue yourself. And if you forget while you're on scene, you don't have to carry the book. I give you a nice little rescue card. You get digital versions for all of this stuff. Like I said earlier, you get free shipping with the printed and the cone kit. You get cones if you need it. You only need 10 cones for any of the drills I give you. Free shipping United States. So this is the situation where we rescue. Let's go ahead and get this person on the screen at least. Where we rescue this person. So for us as the camera guy, we just witnessed a crash. So we need to remain calm. And we need to ensure our safety. And so we're going to pull off on the side of the road as calmly as we possibly can, with no panic braking, no crashing another car. We're going to try to remain calm and pull over on the side and then look for hazards. And with our Cardo, we can just, type in our phone or tell Cardo to call 911, and we can talk to dispatch while we're walking or briskly walking to help this guy right here. And if he has any major bleeds, we can do direct pressure, we can apply a tourniquet, or we can learn how to pack the wound. And I have my trauma kit, but there's no affiliation here. I just know the guy, a Tremoto kit. Have yourself a trauma kit. You get a tourniquet and a bunch of other stuff. Go ahead and just, stop any major bleeds if you can. And if you want to, you can quickly assess the severity. Full system that I provide so you understand. Ooh. That's an expensive bike. That's an expensive bike. Oh, my Lanta. All right, here we go. Corner coming up, sharp corner. Somebody's coming out around the corner. Good swerve. Good. Imagine if he was speeding around that corner super fast. And that's the problem, is that you can't see around blind corners. Look, what's around the corner? I don't know. He's getting his knee down, but he's not going super fast. And this is the moment we perceive it. Now we must navigate this active threat. We have to navigate this active threat. Where's our escape? We can only do three things: brake, accelerate, or swerve. This one, we're going to have to probably swerve into an escape. So right here, he's starting to straighten up. You hear the engine RPMs go down. He's probably applying some brakes. He was probably doing trail braking if he's doing his knee down thing, so it's a little bit more of advanced skill. So now he straightens up and just applies a little bit more brakes, slowing himself down. He's like, oh no, I'm not going to be able to stop in time. So we're doing one of the three things. We're trying to stop, right? Brakes. So he made a quick judgment with some skill, probably watching this channel, some quick judgment, like, oh, I must go for that escape route because I'm not going to stop in time. So I must do this. I must. So he switched it up to a swerve. So very good. And you see the swerve back? Because if he kept swerving, he hit the wall. So he swerved back. And now we're doing our plan again. We just did it. We just did it. And now we're in a new plan. We are now in a new position for safety. We just adjusted and navigated the active threats. We're in a new position for safety. Now look at the corner coming up. Am I prepped for this corner? Yeah, I'm going slow right now, so I can make this corner pretty easy. But we're constantly positioning for safety, locating, assessing, locating, assessing. Am I in a new position? Locate, assess. Am I in a good position? Oh crap, there's something out there. Navigate back into a position for safety. Locate, locate, locate. Once you achieved it, move on. If your brain is like, what the heck just happened? Like, I can't think. Like, I'm just focused on this. Pull off on the side of the road until you get yourself in a good state of mind again. Do the safety checklist. Get yourself in a new state of mind so that you can get back into focusing on the plan method. Open lane pattern, open lane pattern, open lane pattern, open lane pattern, intersection coming up, intersection. There it is, side of the vehicle. Swerve, swerve. Woo! See, that's what my brain is thinking when I'm doing it.
Definitely an overly
All right, lane filtering.
the rider and the driver absolutely didn't see
You-
it coming.
You did that. Are we the active threat in this situation? Yeah, we literally pulled in front of somebody. When you're lane filtering, you're not pulling through cars like that. You're just going straight. So doing that is not smart. Group ride. This, too much chaos. You're boxed in. Somebody on the right, somebody on the left, someone in front of you. So you just remove those three things you can do. Swerve left. You can't accelerate out. All you can do is apply the brakes. So you better be focused on those brakes right here. This right here is not good. This is why staggered is so important. Whether you're with motorcycles staggered in a group ride, or treat yourself like you're riding with a bunch of people in cars. When you're solo riding, you're riding in a group and you're staying staggered with other cars. This is not good. What are we gonna have? That's why. Like, it's just too much. So don't put yourself in that situation. This right here in a group ride, perfectly fine. See how they're a little bit staggered and they give themselves even more space because we're going through corners? Perfect. Talk to each other in your cardos. Have a good time. Enjoy the view. It's a wonderful view. I love riding in areas like this. Enjoy it. Are we going to have an issue when it comes to a corner? Typically, that's going to be the problem. Let's see what happens. We didn't even get to see the corner. Oh, geez. Like, what happened? So he was making a left-handed turn, went wide. Okay. He didn't want to show what happened. Why does a U-turn on the highway from the shoulder? I was going at least 70. So we have an issue when cars do that. This motorcycle rider did it. Very close. Pay attention up front. New plan method. You passed it. New plan. Oh, we have idiots in front. Let the stupid idiots in the cars be up front. Don't try to get close. Don't try to get near them. Watch them crash in front of you.
Past this Dodge because I was getting tired of getting covered in smoke.
Yeah, that's not a fun smell.
Stop me. I decided.
Oh, good escape.
Try to cut right, and this guy, he tries to hit me.
No, he doesn't. He's probably just trying to make a right-handed turn.
Slams his brakes on.
He was probably just trying to make a right-handed turn.
Thankfully, somebody finally had a.
You're speeding, dude. Whoa, you're speeding, dude. What are we doing here? It's like all I heard was these people are doing things to me. But what are you doing? What are you doing?
He accelerates to try to stop.
So we just did that. It's like, okay, we had to make a swerve. I get that.
Can't make that left cut and try to cut right, and this guy
slams the brakes on me and whatnot. It's like, do you understand that you're swerving into a right-handed turn lane? So why would he go into the turn lane at full speed and then slam the brakes? Look how tiny that turn lane is. So he's applying the brakes a little bit here to turn right. Didn't use his blinker, whatever it is.
He tries to hit me. I mean, obviously, he cuts up
Yeah.
and slams his brakes.
So now we're here. So new plan method. You escaped 2 different situations. Get yourself into a new position for safety. If that means getting back in the lane and slowing it down, that's what that means. But right now we're speeding. We're going to speed past everybody, staying on the shoulder, possibly having new issues just like we just had.
Somebody finally had a
So you have things to learn there, buddy.
heart.
All right. Once again, like I said, ride staggered with cars, even if you're like in a group ride. This is an open lane pattern right here. Why is this car wanting to switch over? Because of that car. Why does this car want to switch over? Look at those cars. So recognize these open lane patterns, you're not going to have these issues. Ride staggered with cars. 120 kilometers an hour. Okay, that's the car's fault. That's the car's fault. Scares you a little bit. That's why I like riding middle in corners. What are we doing? Even with a passenger, that's freaky. That's freaky.
This is a super common situation where a driver pulls
Green light.
traffic and sweeps across multiple lines at once without properly checking.
That's a
her
big
blind
intersection. So merge area, they switched over. Hazardous situations like intersections. Wait until it's a straight, easy road. Don't have to worry about this. But when you're going through the intersection, especially when there's merging and there's cross traffic and pedestrians and left turners and all these things, you're focused on not hitting them and you're focused on people making mistakes. So we're not rushing into these things. We're waiting until we're after to be like, okay, what position should I be in? What lane do I want? This is normal traffic stuff. So speeding off into it. He was very excited to get going.
where a driver pulls. This is a super common situation where a driver
Very excited to speed through the intersection.
pulls into traffic.
It's a huge intersection.
Multiple lines at once.
Multiple different things could happen. So we see this right here, people merging. I always anticipate they're going to get into my lane. So I'm not speeding into it. What? All right, here we go. Nice and chill. Nice little one finger. Oh, lost the bolt. We lost our clutch. We're going to lose our clutch. It's probably barely connected to the clutch. Yeah, you're just not going to be able to shift very well. Oh. Thankfully, he was able to slow down and stop. Oh, is this a deer or are we in Australia? No, it's a dog. No, 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 no. Ooh. Keep your dogs on a leash, everybody. Especially around traffic like this. So good job on the rider not hitting that dog. On camera doesn't look like it at all close at all. Yeah, I get that. Intersections, just like roundabouts, we're paying attention. Oh, they're not merging. We're looking at them. Yeah, it's close, but you didn't panic. I'll give you that. You did good. You maintained your line. Sun in the eyes, can't see the car. There's the side of the vehicle. Applied the brakes. Nice little swerve around it. Moving on. Write in the comments what you think's about to happen. Write in the comments what you think's about to happen. It's obvious. Open lane pattern. Exactly, Missy. It's Missy. Open lane pattern. It's like, what do you think is gonna happen? So if we know, like, it's one thing to see that this could happen. So what do? We're covering the brakes. We're putting ourselves in a position off to the left because the only way people can come in is from the right. This offers us a nice space cushion from that lane. So if anything happens, we can accelerate to get away from that, or we can apply the brakes and let them in. And also don't speed through it. Just kind of cruise, just chill, covering the brakes, getting ready. Non-issue. That's the thing is, like, when you start recognizing these things, it's like, I already knew you were going to do that. It's not a big deal. Speeding. Oh, 220 kilometers an hour. Once again, that's like 130. We hit a little bump and got a little speed wobble. Okay. I don't know what you're saying. I don't read that. I'm a merc. Get a little angry. Leave it. Leave it alone. All right, nice and chill. Another open lane pattern. Anybody wants to come out into our lane? There it is. Good swerve. Focus up ahead, and then apply the plan method again. Okay, so we're gonna do our version of open lane. Look at that. Right here, we're stuck behind the car in front of us in our lane. And instead of just getting right here into the middle lane and just kind of cruising a little bit slower than you want, but it's faster than the car on the right, we decide to cut someone off to get into the open lane. So we just did that to the car. It's a natural human driver behavior. We just did that. Just did that again. They just did it to us. And now we get pissed doing rev bomb. Part of logic, one of the laws of logic is that it can't be contradictory. So you can't be a hypocrite. You cannot do that. So right here, if you're doing it and somebody does it to you, you're not allowed to be upset by it. So if you live based off of like, hey, I'm not going to do this, but they do it to me, then it's like, okay, you get upset, but also learn to let it go. But be the positive change. Don't do it yourself and then get upset. You're a hypocrite. Little head check, very nice. Triple head check. That person came into our lane too at the same time. So that car driver is a D-bag. It is what it is. Nobody got hurt. All right, here we go. Open lane pattern. They switched their lanes. They don't want to be stuck behind that. They switched 2 lanes. At that point, the ding, we can either apply the brakes to let them in, or if we're on a powerful enough bike, we're probably going highway speed, so you need a powerful bike for this, to accelerate out. You can't swerve left because you're going to hit the curb or whatever, the median. You can't swerve right because you're going to hit the car. So you either accelerate out or you apply the brakes. I'm going to tell you at these higher speeds, it's just much easier to apply a little bit of brake, let them in. But if you're already kind of passing, give it a little bit extra. All right, what do we got? Oh, person merged last second. They cut her off. That's really what it was. They cut her off. Not a fun situation, but it is what it is. And with that said, I hope you guys ride safe, be safe. Take the plan method with you. Get the drills, get the everything, get the whole system. Free shipping for those in the United States. I'll talk to you guys later. So we got one video down. Let's see if that gets demonetized. Jeez, can we get a median age of guys who lose their tempers and do dumb things? I would put it right in the middle age. I mean, we're talking median or averages. Because was it median takes away outliers? You know what I mean? I think that's for all humans, though. It's not just guys. I think it's for all humans. I think a lot of people become adults, and by adults, I mean just age, with the emotional maturity and intelligence of them still being a child. That was me. Until I decided to get basically life coaching in the terms of therapy and religion. So, yeah, that's my take on that. That's why I try to talk about it, and it's why I try to integrate a little bit of psychology, a little bit of emotional regulation into motorcycle riding, and using motorcycle riding as the metaphor. Because that's a big part of it, and that's part of the safety checklist is state of mind. Because if you're not in the right state of mind, or you're not taking control of your emotions, getting on the motorcycle is just going to amplify the negative, and it can also amplify the positive. And I don't want to use negative and positives all the time when it comes to emotions, because that's not really the case. One has some type of a harmful effect, and one has more of a positive. And there's antidotes to other things. So like gratitude and appreciation isn't an antidote to resentment. Focusing on the happy thoughts or focusing on the happy parts of the situation over the angry parts of the situation is the antidote to that. Because anger is not a problem. Anger is just, it's an emotion that tells you something has been crossed, the boundary has been crossed, I must do something. That's all that means. It doesn't mean I need to act angrily. It just means anger's there, something's been crossed. How do I respond to it positively? How do I respond to it to keep me safe? Not, I need to harm this other person because they harmed me. That's usually where anger pops in. That's where road rage pops in. That the guy that's getting pissed off in the UK and the person cut him off or almost hit him, sideswiped him, all this other bull crap. He's letting out his anger because he believes that person was there to harm him, so I'm going to harm them. That's a way of defending themselves, like keeping themselves safe, says I'm going to eliminate the threat so I'm no longer harmed. Sometimes that's beneficial, but this situation, it's like they didn't try to harm you, though. So don't try to harm them. Could they have harmed you? Yeah, but doesn't mean that you attack with your anger. It's like, oh, that anger caused me to feel like I'm threatened. So this anger's popping up. I feel threatened. My boundary of safety has been threatened. I'm angry. Okay, cool. Think I'm safe. Everything's fine. I no longer have to act on it. Yeah. Yeah, right? Like you have skill. Yep. All right, we're going to jump into this one. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Let's go ahead and take a look at this MotoStars video. We're going to be going over the plan method. Once again, links in description for Cardo discounts, Rockform discounts, everything, including the Smart Rider motorcycle training system, because we're going to be using that in this video, talking about what to do differently. Now, this is not good. I want to take a quick look, though, at his leg. Okay, I thought his leg was underneath. Okay, so that's not good. Impact, possible back injuries. We're off to the side, but here's one thing I want to point out. This is actually a pretty good video. We are off. I wonder if we can get, there we go. That's a better view. We're off to the sides. That's what I want you to do when you're parked. This is kind of close. I wouldn't be this close, but we're off to the sides. If we were parked right behind, this would have been a much bigger problem. But since we're parked off the sides, we get hit and we end up in here versus squished here. That would have been deadly. So he gets hit.
That serves as a grim reminder that anything can happen on the road, and even the most chill ride can end badly. So take a look and ride safe.
So he's just having a good time. You see how we are not squished? We got pushed in the middle. So having that escape route already pre-planned when it comes to the plan method, we're positioned for safety at a stoplight. So if we get hit, yeah, I saw him in the mirror, right? Smee? Get hit, we get pushed into the escape route versus smashed. This would have been a lot worse if he did not have that position. So if you're at a stoplight, stop sign, be off to the side of your lane just in case. So that's the whole thing with position for safety. We're going to go over locating, assessing, navigating, open lane patterns, different escape routes, different emergency maneuvers. It all comes from these books. Free shipping in the United States. Check it out and you get a digital version too. All right, here we go. Going around these corners, have a nice good time. Ooh, shoulder impact. So we talk about that in the books. But let's go back just a little bit here. Look at the corner. Looks like it's a pretty sharp corner. So we're having a good time, chilling. She's riding pretty good. She's got a little camera on the side. It is what it is. Went a little bit too wide, a little bit too fast in the corner. So that's one thing, okay? We already kind of understand that. You guys can always talk about that kind of stuff. So there's the impact, though, and we hit the guardrail. Thankfully, got full gear, so part of being a smart rider is wearing full gear, so that's good. It's going to mitigate some of the injuries. But if we're all by ourselves and we have a trauma kit, maybe in a fanny pack, you got to learn how to rescue. Rescue yourself. And if this is your buddy and you just saw that because you're back there, how do you rescue them? It's part of the full system. So learn how to ride, practice some drills, and learn how to rescue somebody after a crash. You get a nice little card to put in your wallet just in case you forget. Boom, right there. High impact, maybe TBI. Sharp corner, went too wide. So what are we starting to see already when it comes to going too fast? If we are the active threat to ourselves by going too fast, maybe we need to put ourselves in a new position for safety by slowing it down. This is a method for thinking and a method for seeing hazards, whether they're external or internal. And after a crash, what do? Oh! Cervical spine problem right there. And the shoulder. I mean, the shoulder's the shoulder. Like, the shoulder was what I saw, but I didn't realize the neck. Even if there's no broken bones in the neck, you have ligaments and stuff. And so, like, whiplash is a strain of those ligaments. That's why it's so painful, because you can't move your head. Anybody sleep wrong and you're like, I can't move my head, how painful that is? Now imagine every single ligament in your neck, not just the one side. How did we get here? How did we get here? That's why. We're passing on the right. We decided to pass on the right. Either we tried to pass on the right, or we're going too fast and went for the escape route to the right. So if we're passing on the right, this is a possible problem. There's an intersection there. We should not be passing on the right side, on the inside. Also, if we're going too fast and we had to do an escape route to swerve left, or for this person swerve right, why are we going too fast? So it always kind of boils down to your actions and what you're doing on a motorcycle. And this is possibly the consequence.
That was the
All right, going fast.
speed. The rider got
Too much speed.
that the driver
Are we the threat?
just in time.
Are we the threat? Are we the threat? Found the escape. Very good. Take that as I need to chill. Just having some fun. Okay, it is what it is. High risk. Possibility of a crash and injuring yourself. Same thing here. I wouldn't be a part of this group ride for one, but somebody's gonna crash and possibly cause another person to crash. There it is. That's what these group rides do. Don't be a part of them. Lane splitting, passing on the inside. Same thing we just saw with the chick. Now we have an impact. Right here, we're coming up, nice and chill. Hopefully they don't back up into us. Once again, I like parking off to the side of the lane in case they back up or somebody comes from behind. What do we got? We decided to do a U-turn.
Man,
Wasn't expecting that. That person is passing in oncoming traffic. Was not expecting that. So what can we learn from that? Even if we're going to be doing a U-turn, and it's cross traffic and we see no traffic, always practice a head check. Whenever you're changing lanes, it doesn't matter. Practice a head check. The head check before a lane change should be the habit. Now, should that car have done that? That red vehicle? No. But always do a head check. And if you want to get really good at your U-turns, like I said, get the drill booklet, free shipping in the United States, and you get a digital version so you can have it on your phone. There's a whole video series, and there's 5 free drills. Here's the thing. If you don't want to buy anything, that's perfectly fine. 5 free drills. Go to my website, Motorcycle Training Concepts, Training Resources. I'll put a link in the description so you can get 5 free drills. So you can do really quick U-turns. I now drive like I ride. Very nice, Darth Jader. Oh, what the heck? Unconscious. Let's take a look at that.
nice.
All right, so we're in the middle of a corner. They always like to show just the crash part, not what's happening before, right? And it's because they submit it this way. So we panicked. We put our foot down. We were going too fast in the corner for our skill level. Okay, so locate hazards. If corners are tough for you, maybe don't go fast. Simple. Sometimes the Occam's razor. Sometimes the solution is the simplest or whatever. I don't even remember the Occam's razor, but I know that's Occam's razor. Write in the comments if I'm wrong. Anyways, so we're coming up to here, crashed, right? I mean, that right there can cause a concussion. That can cause it. So we remain calm. We don't run them over, right? We ensure our own safety, so we pull over and we check for any major bleeds. Now, on the backside, the quickly assess severity, head injury symptoms. So if they have any of these symptoms, Let's try not to get him on the bike. Let's get him to the hospital because we don't know if there's a brain bleed. You know, it's one thing to have just a small little contusion. A contusion is a brain bleed. This is not cool. This sucks. Not good. A contusion is just a bruise, but a bruise is broken blood vessels. So if you have a contusion on the brain, you have a brain bleed. Now, it could be venous, capillary, or arterial. So we don't know. That's why you need to go to the hospital, especially if you're unconscious.
Follow me.
All right, I'll follow you, buddy. Let's do it. Yeah, boy. Following you. Guys, that's what the first book teaches. Tight turns from a stop. How to just make easy turns from that stop. So your friction zone, handlebar turn, head and eye movement, throttle controls, all done in this first book. And if you really want to expand more, get the second book. Guys, like I said, everything we talk about in these videos comes from the books that I have developed. I have developed these books so that you have an understanding of what not to do and what to do. So I show you what not to do here, but I'm telling you how to do it. This is how I learned how to ride. I'm just telling you everything that I've learned as a firefighter, going through International Association of Professional Drivers, all the classes. I've distilled it in information. That should not have happened. All right, open lane pattern, they switched over, not a big deal.
Enemy spotted.
They didn't want to be stuck behind, no. They didn't want to be stuck behind the car, so they switched over. You were in their blind spot, or they just didn't see you, and then it is what it is. But we're paying attention to these open lane patterns so that we don't get ourselves in these situations, so we don't have to react like a little child having a temper tantrum. They didn't want to be behind that car. All right, beautiful view. Watch out for anybody wanting to cross the street. Kids do the dumbest things. Good job applying the brakes.
Disaster. Fortunately, the rider was traveling the right speed and was alert enough to react.
Exactly, Motostars. They were traveling the right speed. They're able to react around a blind corner. These kids shouldn't have done that. The parents are probably going to ground them, hopefully, or at least discipline them in some way. Not ground, but at least discipline them. Be like, hey, don't do that, dummy. We had ample opportunity. We see somebody pulling out. We stay in the right side of the lane. Swerve left. Take the turn lane. We just stayed. Maybe we're applying just rear brake because we panicked. But if you're not going to stop in time, that's part of total stopping distance. Is that if we're not going to be able to stop in time, we have to do something else. 3 things: accelerate, swerve, or brake. So he's trying to brake, move to swerve. So that's what we're learning. We're learning from people's mistakes. He's got a Cardo. Hopefully he has the Cardo Pack Talk Pro, because that does crash detection. It'd call your loved one or your emergency contact. All right. Nighttime. Switches lanes, not a big deal. Don't fight for it, let him in. Not a big deal. Either emergency accelerate out or apply the brakes. Not a big deal. Let's go ahead and see. Do we have another camera angle? That'd be cool. Let's take a look. Yep, there's another camera angle. Let's get more. Oh, he's gonna go ahead and fight for it. He's gonna get pissed. You're gonna lose that. Yeah, you're gonna lose that. What do you think's gonna happen? You're going to lose it. You got lucky. You're gonna lose that fight. All right, corner, nice and easy. Whoa, no. Let's go back. Okay, I know he's probably gonna low side right there. Okay, so look at that. Look at that sign. Pay attention to signs. That's a sharp turn coming up. But our buddy's not gonna even make this one. There's the low side. Yep. Lean too far, going too fast, trying to make the turn. Slow it down.
The best spot to overtake. The rider failed to judge his speed correctly.
What are we doing? We have oncoming traffic possible. Oh, we're trying to turn on the paint. Yeah, that's not very smart. So let's go ahead and rescue our buddy that keeps crashing. Let's take a look. Remain calm. ensure our own safety. You know, if there's any major bleeds, let's go ahead and stop those major bleeds. But dude, if you need both lanes to make it around a corner, either you're going too fast or you have zero skill. I don't want to say zero because you need to have some skill to even get going. So you have very low skill. We just saw this. Yeah, he lost traction. Yeah, he lost traction. Be honest, was this my fault? Yeah. Yeah, it was your fault. Yeah. Now, do you want me to explain it? I think I kind of already did. Going a little too fast, leaning a little bit hard, lost traction on the front tire, dump the bike. Slow it down, ride within your skill level. And if your buddies are at a different skill level and they're speeding up and you're falling behind, talk to each other in your cardos. Where's your end destination? Put it on your GPS, put it on your rock form mount. Boom, right there, GPS. Link in the description for a discount. Meet them up where you're supposed to meet up. Don't push past your skill level just to make a corner, because this is what's going to possibly happen. Love the music. So double left turns, I never trust people. Like, they can never make turns. Oh, whoa, wait a second here. We're in the first turn. Wait, no, never mind. We're in the second turn. There's another turn right here. You can see the blue car. So what this car driver decided to do, instead of going straight, they are like, I want to make the turn. So they had to get in that last one. They should have just taken this empty spot. It looks like this guy was allowing this person to come in. And so, okay, that makes more sense. I thought the motorcycle rider switched from the inside lane to the outside. So this person tried to squeeze in, but get in front of the motorcycle rider when they should have just squeezed in behind the motorcycle rider. Yeah. Okay. Thankfully, he let him in. Side of the vehicle. What are we speeding up to this? What are we doing? We're in 6th gear. So we're speeding around the corner. Okay, now we see the side of the vehicle. Our lane is blocked. We have to assess, is it a relevant threat? Oh, yeah, it's in our lane. So we have to navigate that. We can't swerve left, can't swerve right because there's nothing there. We don't want to speed up into it and accelerate. So we're going to go ahead and apply some brakes. Apply some brake, like straighten it up right now and apply some brakes. But no, we didn't. Now we started applying the brakes. And good on you for finding the escape, but it's like we kind of got ourselves into that. Slow it down. You see it ahead of time, just slow it down. Side of the pedestrian. Could have slowed it down a little bit. Didn't have to race towards her. Somebody's going to crash, and somebody's going to crash into them, and they're going to run to the bike to try to pick up the bike. They don't care about the person that crashed. They're going to try to do that because they want the guy to get out so he doesn't get caught by the cops. Oh, somebody's broke something. There's the guy that crashed. There's somebody else that crashed. He got hit by another vehicle. That's what these mob rides are all about. That's what these mob rides are all about. That's it. Just don't participate. All right, here we go. Oh, somebody pulled out. Good little swerve. Good job. Handled it. Move on. New position for safety. Locate new hazards.
It's such a classic on the road. A late signal, no head check, and the driver really put this reflex.
We're putting ourselves in a bad spot. Open lane pattern. Open lane pattern. So we're speeding through. We don't want to be stuck. We don't want to do this. Neither does anybody else want to be stuck. So we're going to speed through. Look at that big, long line. Look at that big, long line right there. This lane is moving quicker. This person's like, oh, I'm going to go in this gap. I was not anticipating this motorcycle rider to speed up. I'm looking at this car driver. I see a big gap right here. I can get into this gap and then I can speed up. But then we have this guy right here. Is like, no, I'm going to just go fast. It's an open lane pattern. It's easy to see.
reflex to the test.
Applied the brakes, swerved. Good job getting out of it. But let's recognize the hazard ahead of time. Oh! Right in front of the police officer. At least we have somebody to help us out with our insurance claim. Hopefully nobody's injured. Moments earlier. Okay. Is this a different? Okay, straight or right? Okay, here we go. So we're going to go ahead and go in the roundabout. Moves the ahead only lane. Okay. So he's noticing things. So he's positioning and locating hazards. You see how paying attention prevents things. It's a close call, not a crash. That's fine. But he was paying attention. We don't have to do this part though.
Just keep an eye out. I'm not annoyed. I'm fine. You're fine. We're all good. Just please be careful, all right? It's all right.
Finally.
No worries. No worries. No worries.
Finally.
It's all good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Take it easy.
Finally. All right. Yeah, buddy just crashed. What? Moving on. Here we go. Left turn. Person decided to do that same time. We tried our best to navigate it. We solved it. We saved it. Very good. Scary. It's at night. It's at dusk when things are hard to see. Okay, intersection. Watch out for any hazards like this. So if you see you're about to merge, do something to get yourself in a new position for safety. Okay, swerve, accelerator, brake. So we're coming around this easy corner. All the chevrons. Why do they have all these signs? More than likely because people have been crashing quite a bit. So good job applying the brakes. A little bit of a skid. So it's time to go to the parking lot to practice your braking skills. Nice little intersection, going around it. Hit a little bit of a bump, going a little bit wide, almost hitting the curb. So be careful about those bumps. Look for road surface hazards. Oh, hey, at least he went in the first available lane. Usually, oh, never mind. They decided to switch over. Open lane pattern. Just don't ride next to people. Ride staggered as best you can. Handled it. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and speed. One sec. Let's take a look at this part right here. Somebody crashed. I get it. I want to take a look at this. Okay. There's no reason for motorcycle riders to not know how sharp a turn's coming up, not know that there is a turn coming up, or not. We have a literal sign here, or our GPS, that a little mini map, right? A little mini map that tells us, hey, we have a turn coming up. Now, this is a turn that he has to do like in 2 miles, but at least on the mini map, you're going to see where turns are. And then also there's signage pretty much everywhere. Sharp turn coming up. I know this guy's not the one that crashed, but somebody else did, right? So once again, this is how I use my rock form mount. I like to have a little mini map, okay? And I look for signs. So our buddy crashed, so we probably did a U-turn. We're going to remain calm, ensure our own safety. We're going to stop any major bleeds if we need to. And if he says he's good, he's good. Oh, loss of traction issues possibly, so he's going nice and slow. Watch out for black ice. Just cruising, just chilling on a nice little adventure bike, having a good time. Oh, we got a little loss of traction and we fell down. It is what it is, a little Africa twin. Little, those things are huge. So you gotta lift it up, good job. Perfect skill. Walk it up.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
I wasn't recording when she pulled out in front of me. I only started filming when she insisted on talking. She got upset that I went ahead of her at the stop sign, and since we were heading the same way, she stopped me to say something. So more than likely, we did something dumb, and we were recording. We just cut it.
Hold on. Wait. Let me ask you a question. Is it okay for you to run stop signs and pull out in front of me?
I didn't run any stop signs and pull out in front of you, did I?
No. You did.
No, I did not.
We didn't run a stop sign.
It seems
That's my signal on to come up
it
here.
seems that you don't want to reason. So
You don't start conversations with yous. You start conversations with, this is what I saw. This is what I see. What is it that you saw? Let's get both our perspectives on the table, and then we can find the solution. To accuse gets people to get defensive, and then for you to say you don't want a reason, that's a little manipulative.
Oh, if I upset you, I
Go to an intersection, can you? It's against the law, isn't it?
call cops.
Let's do that.
Okay. You.
Nice chill ride. What do we got? Ambulance, fire tracks.
Accident.
That happens. I've seen it happen 2 or 3 times when I was driving an ambulance and fire truck. Oh, open lane pattern. Switched over. Good job with the brakes. Okay, what do we got here? Somebody switching lanes. Okay, not a big deal. You were kind of cutting through, lane filtering, splitting, so it is what it is. Okay, side of the pedestrian. She ran. You didn't have to. You can slow down a little bit. You can modulate speed. Okay, somebody's pulling out. Okay, that's why part of the street strategies book part of the book that I'm creating, module 2, I'm going to be talking about parking lot awareness, because this type of stuff happens more often than you think. A lot of crashes, slow speed, a little impact, 10, 15, maybe 20. Those are actually that's kind of high speed. Anything over 10 is kind of high speed for the body. I want to chat about how to navigate parking lots, because a lot of those crashes happen. It sucks. Fender benders for cars, not a big deal. Some damage. Fender bender with a motorcycle and a car, possible broken leg. Pretty bad. So I'm going to be going over that. It's going to be part of the new system. So if you do get the system, you get lifetime digital updates. And so I just updated everybody on the brand new Smart Rider drills with the digital version. So when the street strategies comes up and I designed the PDF for you to download, you're going to get that information. So if you get it now, you're going to get that information later. All right, here we go. I don't want to ever live in a country like this, where the traffic is just insane. All right, on a track, went a little bit wide. There's the runoff instead of a guardrail. So this is where you practice your high-speed maneuvers on a track. You practice your slow-speed maneuvers with the drills in a parking lot. But with that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe, grab yourself a slice of pizza, and I'll see you guys on the next live stream. We got 3 more. This one just came out 3 days ago. We got 3 more. We got some pizza. I really want some pizza. I did a stupid thing recently coming up to a roundabout with lane separators, and I hear an ambulance siren. I stop immediately and start scanning where they are coming from behind me. Block them. It's not stupid. You were paying attention. Like, think about the positive on that. You were paying attention. You hear sirens. You want to scan where it's coming from. And it just so happens that they were behind you. And so now you just move out of the way. Yeah. You bought a new bike? It's Missy. Sold the Rebel. Felt like I just broke up. Yeah, that's how I felt when I traded in the Harley and I basically sold the FTR. Remember what I've talked about it? We're going to jump into the next ones, guys, but remember what I've talked about before with like grief, right? It doesn't have to be a death of like a loved one. People think of grief as like, grief is only a death of the loved one because it's a massive feeling and it's a long time to recover. But it could be grief of moving from one apartment to the next. It could be grief from one birthday to the next. It could be grief of I lost my favorite headphones, right? I mean, grief of I sold my Honda Rebel and now I'm moving on to a new thing and changing something. So it's a new change. I no longer have a future with this Rebel, even though I thought I was going to have one. And now I have this new bike. And same thing with breaking up and moving on, right? And so like it's smaller than like death of the loved one, but it's the same process. So that's why it feels that way. And so like how do you get over grief? You just accept that it's happening, that you're going to feel anger, bargaining, like maybe I should have kept the Rebel, right? That's bargaining. It's like some sadness, maybe some anger, like I wish the Rebel would have been better, like breaking up, right? Denial, it's like, it's not a big deal. And then you finally bounce to the acceptance a little bit and you're like, okay, I did what I did. Now I'm enjoying this new thing. But then it goes back to bargaining, goes back. It just keeps bouncing around until you finally have some space in between the change and your new chapter. And so it just takes time. It takes time. And I'm using your example as a way to talk about a little bit of psychology. So I appreciate that. I know it's a lot of people are like, it's not a big deal. You just got a new bike. It's like, well, you know, emotions are real. How you doing from Lithuania? Emotions are real. It is what it is. That's life. The quickest way through grief is to understand you are in grief. That's it. You just have to understand it's like, yeah, I'm grieving. And when people don't understand, like specifically for like a motorcycle or for like a change of city or whatever, it's called ambiguous grief. And so, like, people are like, it's just a motorcycle. It's just you moving into a different apartment, a different city, or new job. It's like, what's the problem? It's like, I don't get it. It's like, well, it's still grief. So when I see somebody, like for you, for example, right? Especially if it's your first motorcycle, yeah. Like when I see, like, oh, it feels like this. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, that's dumb. And it's like, no. It's like, I understand. I might not understand about the motorcycle specifically or whatever the issue is, but it's like I understand grief. And if you're grieving about that, then it must have been important to you. And it's like, I'm here. I'm here to listen. Taught me so much and it held a lot of sentiment to me. Yeah, exactly. Like that's the thing. Like people don't understand. And it not just like taught you how to ride because it's your first bike, right? It's not I learned on this bike. It's not really that. It's like I learned that I'm capable of doing something new. I know that this bike helped me grow as a person. Like you see how it can keep going down that route. And so that you can be sad about that. It's a bittersweet thing. You can be sad about it, but then you can also be grateful. And I try to hold on to the grateful stuff and then hold the sadness part, but then I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. And you got a CB750 Hornet and it's so freaking, see, like that's the thing. So like give yourself like this Honda Rebel got me to a point where I can have so much freaking fun on the CB750. Because if I did not do what I did on the Rebel, I would never feel comfortable on this CB750. You know what I mean? Be happy knowing it's going to go out into the world and teach someone else the same it taught you. I love that thought too. It's me. How you doing from the Netherlands? Stock tires, you have grip? Oh, it's the other question. Yep. He's a squid. Oh. Yeah. It kind of reminds me of when my first car that I got, my sister started driving, so my parents' car, so they gave it to her. But I had that thing for at least a year and a half, 2 years, and I loved it. Loved it. Took care of it. It was my baby. I would wash it by hand. I would vacuum clean it out. I treated it nice. I didn't accelerate hard, brake hard. Like I drove really well. Gave it to my sister, and within like 6 months, there's like dents. There's like she doesn't wash it. She doesn't clean it. Like I'm just like, oh, and then I had to get over it. It made me a little upset. Just got my restricted learner's license in Australia. Loving my Harley Street 500's channel has been a wealth. Thank you, Nate Dunning. I appreciate that. So you just got your get the free drills. Do you have the free drills yet? The free 5 drills for U-turn practice. It's pinned at the top of the chat, or it's pinned in the chat. Free 5 drills, instant download straight to your phone. So you can put your phone on your rock form mount. I'll show you what it looks like for the full drills, because that's what I have on my phone. I don't have the free drills just because I have the full drills. But it'll look like it'll be like not these ones specifically. Actually, I'll show you what the ones they look like because I actually have the new drills on my phone. So if you got the Smart Rider motorcycle training system, you get all of this. So let's So dimensions and setup, basic control certification, U-turn proficiency, but these are the drills that you get. These are the 5 free. So you get that one, the balloon, the glide, the lefty loosey, the righty tighty, and the snake. Those are the 5 free drills you get. And you can just put them on your phone. You can practice in a parking lot. You only need 10 cones or 5 tennis balls cut in half, or 10 water bottles, but that gets heavy in a backpack, 10 water bottles. So maybe 10 water bottles with half filled. Or bring all 10 and drink it so you're not dehydrated. I don't know. So those of you that are watching, just join. You get 5 free drills. Linked. Everyone gets 5 free drills. I want to show you what it is. I'm going to show you what it is. So you just put your email, and I'll send you the drills. It's automatic. 5 free drills. These are the drills. U-turn proficiency. That's all you need. And here's how to set it up. Oh, but you buy it. So you got all of them then. You got all 24. You got all 24 drills. See if you can make it through the experts. Hit doggo. I appreciate you getting the drills, though. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right, guys, we're going to jump into this one. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to do, in this video, I'm going to promote the drills, the free drills. So I'm going to get that set up. There we go. Because I want people to get drills. I want people to practice. Practice your slow speed maneuvers, especially U-turns. U-turns are important. It's going to be a different experience now that I can't touch it. Yeah. So you got to get good at the friction zone, throttle control, and turning, slow speed stuff. That's where it gets important. I think she said she's 3'4". Moto Gaga. I'm just kidding. She's actually an 11-year-old. We make fun of each other because we're all part of the crew. Need to convert to centimeters? I don't know. I don't know how to do that. We do America units here. No, but we're going to jump into this one, guys. Like I said, we have 5 videos today. Because I got to experiment because YouTube is demonetizing pretty much everything I have. In fact, yeah, look, I just got an email. What we found is that it's restricted because of our community guidelines. We have the age restriction will remain intact. I just got that email right now. Yep. Let's actually take a look. Let's see. Let's see if today's video got restricted. Not yet. Oh, jeez. All right. Exactly, Shmi. Exactly. All right, we're going to jump into this one. 3, 2, 1. All right, everybody, we got a MotoStars video. We're going to take a look at these crashes and close calls so that we don't make the same mistakes. So if you're a brand new rider, pay attention.
So check this out.
Exactly what MotoStars just said. We're going to learn from their mistakes, but I'm going to give you a little bit more information on why things happen so we don't do the same thing. We're going to be going over the plan method, position for safety, locate, assess, and navigate. Okay, there's a lot of stuff in there. It's part of the system that I have here, the Smart Rider Motorcycle Training System. I just dropped the card. That's the card you get for rescue. So hopefully somebody's going to be able to rescue him because his pants just ripped open and possibly having some road rash. So what happened here? We're trying to keep up with our buddies, probably. So links in the description for all this stuff, including a Cardo discount. So if you want a Bluetooth, you get a discount. Same thing with Rockform, phone mounts, discount. All the stuff's there. So we're going to try to keep up with our buddies, maybe talk to them, say, hey, I can't keep up. And then we were leaning really hard to the right, possibly lost some traction, maybe slammed the brakes because we were going a little too fast and a little panicky. And then we dumped the bike, and then we're going to slide across our leg right here. And that's when our I don't even know if those are motorcycle pants because those ripped up pretty quick, probably regular pants. And so the whole point of being a smart rider is acquiring and using personal protective equipment. And his leg probably got twisted up pretty bad too, so maybe a spiral fracture somewhere. Hopefully not. Oh. This is a good video to show you guys how important motorcycle gear is. That's level 1 and 2 road rash right there. This video is going to get demonetized, so thank you so much, YouTube. You've been doing that lately and age restricting everything. So thank you, YouTube. So if you want to support, get the digital, free shipping for the print and the cones in the United States, by the way. This is skin missing. That's the top layer of your skin missing in those spots. The clean looking skin. The other stuff is the top layer. So he's ripping off pieces. And this is why you need to wear gear, everybody. So please, please, please wear gear. That's going to be painful. His nerve endings are exposed on that part of the skin. That's painful. All right, here we go. Big old group ride. Somebody's going to crash and somebody's going to crash into them. There it is. There it is. So how do we rescue? If you want to learn how to rescue, get the books. It's a full system. Comes with everything. Get the book. Take a Stop the Bleed class too. Oh, had to lay her down. Had to lay her down. Oh, see how much of an impact that does? So how did that happen? Let's take a look. Let's see what his hands were doing. We're filming vertically, so it's hard to see. But usually when you crash going in a straight line like this and you lose traction on that front tire, and this is like a older Harley Davidson Sportster, so they don't have ABS. So he slammed the front brake, possibly. I can't see his right hand. But it looks like he has all fingers on it except for that top one. No, he squeezed it with that finger really hard and lost traction on the front tire and dumped the bike. That's the whole I had to layer down thing. You don't have to. You don't have to. Just find the escape paths. There's the reason why I wear protective gear. Or do progressive braking, basically. Not slamming it. That would have been his skin, just like the other guy. But he has some armor underneath. Alright, lane splitting. Open lane pattern. Why are you getting mad? That's a hazard that's a risk that you take. Oh shoot, that sucks. Rear set got mutilated. That's a hazard you take when you lane filter and lane split. So we're speeding through here. That Tesla decided, I'm going to get in front and cut off the truck driver. That's an open lane. We see motorcyclists doing that all the time. But that's a risk you take because you can't swerve left, you can't swerve right. You have no space cushion left or right. You can only accelerate or brake. And in this situation, he's accelerating already. So that's not swerving or acceleration is not going to be able. You're not going to be able to do anything. So you have to apply the brakes, and that's the risk you take when you lane split. You remove two of the three things that you can do. You can only for navigating active threats. If a threat comes at you, you can only do three things. You can only swerve, brake, or emergency accelerate. That's the only three things you can do because that's the only three things you can do on a motorcycle. You just have to do the emergency versions of it. So we got hit. Thankfully, he did not panic. He was able to keep it up and not crash onto the curb and hit a pole or anything like that. All right.
Here we have a
Let me guess. When it turns green, we're gonna accelerate through and possibly almost get hit.
highly dangerous situation where the driver blew through a red light and rider noticed.
Oh, red light. That's the problem. Yeah. No. Yep. I was right originally. Left leg. Okay. So this person that is turning left was already in the intersection, or they decided just to go. Okay, so it looks like they decided just to go. It was probably yellow.
A split second too late.
I don't know. I'm not going to give any props to the driver. The driver's an idiot for turning left in front of us. But here's the thing. When it comes to these after-action reviews, is that we're going to try to find out what was the responsibility of the motorcycle rider. Because it's very easy to say, oh, the car is responsible. It's always the car. It's always an external thing that's responsible. It's my girlfriend. It's my boyfriend. It's my boss. It's blah, blah, blah. It's always that. But what were you able to control? I get that everyone else is creating crap for you, but what are you able to control? Grow up. That's life. There's crap that gets thrown at you all the time. How do you respond to the crap that gets thrown at you? That's life. Not fair. When you were a kid, didn't your parents say life's not fair? Same thing when you're an adult. But you have the responsibility. You have a responsibility. You have control over something. So here's the thing. When it's green, don't just gun it to go. When it's green, you have the opportunity to go. You still need to take responsibility. You still need to have the habit of looking both ways before crossing the road, before crossing the intersection. You need to see for left turners. You need to see for pedestrians. You need to look left. You need to look right for anybody running red lights. You need to do all that stuff. Now that it's clear, I can go. That's what you do. So that's part of planning your ride. Intersections and corners and all these different patterns we're going to talk about are hazardous situations. If there is a threat, you must navigate that active threat. You must put yourself in a position for safety. Yeah, give a second. That's all you have to do. Just give a second. And if somebody behind you honks the horn, I've been a part of it. I keep pausing it, but it frustrates me when the moment it turns green, the person behind you or you witness it, honks the horn. Like the moment it turns green, boom. It's like they have their hand right here. And as soon as it turns green, dunk. It's like, get off. What the? Chill, dude. I don't know. I've seen that a couple times. Tucson, there's been a lot of motorcycle deaths and pedestrian deaths in Tucson. It's insane. So left leg injury, that's a big one. Motorcycle crash, okay. So we switched over. We didn't want to get stuck behind them. What the? Oh, there it is, another left turner. All right, here we go. Oh, passing on the inside. What do you think is going to happen when there's an intersection there? If you're passing on the inside. Now, am I advocating for people to get hit and it's like they deserve it? No, nobody deserves to get like injured or hit. Well, I don't want to say nobody. Some people deserve. And I'm talking about certain PDFs, files, but like things like that. So when somebody's passing on the inside and they got hit, that sucks for you, but what did we learn? Let's not pass on the inside, especially when there's an intersection, because people on that right lane might want to turn right. I don't know, blinker or not. So if you're a car driver and you just witnessed that, how do you rescue? Like these guys, how do you rescue this motorcycle rider? You don't have to be riding a motorcycle to learn how to rescue. What's up with everyone putting copyrighted music? I don't get it. Anyways, we're coming through here. Somebody's going to be passing around. Oh, you can tell by the dent on the car that they like to get hit. Bad driver. Whenever I see another car driver on the road, I get it. He can't see that person there behind him. That sucks. That's the car driver's fault. Whenever I see people with like dented up cars, it's like, I'm staying away from you. I don't know, call it pattern recognition or whatever you want to call it, or stereotyping or judging. If I see a car with a ton of dents, I'm staying away. You obviously suck at driving. All right, here we go. Oh, what happened there? Lost traction? Why? I mean, look at the road though. It could have been oil. So road surface hazard. So whenever I'm riding and I see like, look at the road. Just take a look at the road. What looks normal? Like this part, this part, this part, like all the gray. What doesn't look normal? That part. So I stay away from the abnormal stuff. I don't ride on the weird looking thing. I make sure I ride on the gray that looks like the other gray. My hand. It looks normal. Stay away from that. Because I don't know if it's oil or water. If it's water, it's not a big deal. But Why is there a bunch of water here and it's not raining and there's no water here? It's probably oil, especially if it's in the center of the lane type of a thing. I'm gonna stay away from that. Oh, there's the head impact. Wear gear, guys. All right, here we go, going pretty fast. I'm assuming this is miles per hour because
a nasty surprise.
it looks fast for kilometers. So we're gonna be cutting around, lane splitting, acting like an idiot. Oh, look, there's a barrier. What do? We gotta swerve. We're not gonna be able to stop in time. There's the swerve. Very nice. Maybe slow it down. Maybe don't ride like an idiot. All right. Oh, ooh. Okay. Wet road on concrete. Ooh, slippery. Slippery. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. Wear full gear just in case. Wear full gear just in case. All right, here we go. We're gonna have some fun on one wheel. High risk, high skill. These guys have a lot of skill, but bad things can happen, like a crushed ankle possibly. Oh, and it's on fire. Okay. So wear gear if you're gonna be doing that. Little scooter, bro. Oh, geez. Wasn't paying attention ahead because we're focused on the last thing. Let's keep focusing on ahead. If we're traveling forward, focus forward. What's up, lady? Nice easy turn. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Didn't make the turn. So you can kind of tell how choppy it was. Look at the turn when she's going through. Just watch the movement of the bike and how choppy it is. That makes me feel like this is a newer rider. And if it is a newer rider, thankfully full gear. Usually new riders don't get full gear. So watch how choppy the turn is. You see that? It's very small. These are things that when you take the MSF or if you have an actual coach or somebody that understands a little bit of how, not a little bit, they understand how to ride. They're not looking at the big picture. They're looking at the minor, finer motor skills, those fine motor skills. And so let's go. I want you guys to look at that again. Watch how choppy it is. Downshift. So the problem here is we're probably going into the corner at a higher gear than we should have been. And so then when we slowed down for the corner, it started getting choppy. Or we're applying brakes, foot or hand, like choppy, not smooth. And then we're not turning because now we're focused on downshifting and braking. And it's like, oh crap, I can't do 3 things at once. And so then I'm not turning also. That's usually a beginner rider. So I think she might be a beginner rider with full gear. So amazing with the full gear. So that's pretty good. And these are all things that like I said, I teach in the system. You get all the books. You get all the books. Free shipping in the United States. So overall, pretty crappy. Sucks, but well, I mean, not my full gear, I guess, because of the pants, but jacket, gloves, and boots, minimum. All right. Oh, you're not paying attention at all. Not even at all. We're in the. Is our helmet in the back or is our head? Can't be the head because we uploaded this to YouTube. If the helmet's in the back and not attached to your body anymore, you did not strap it in.
The bike
unless the camera, no, because the camera wouldn't have the helmet in the view.
He looked ahead. It was already too late.
Yeah.
His reaction was panic braking.
Yeah, there was a panic brake. He could have swerved. At least to the left, you saw the car on the shoulder. He couldn't do that. Yeah, the helmet went with it. Unless his whole body's in there. All right, here we go. Passing on the right again. Have we not learned? Passing on the right? Why are we passing on the right? Think about that for a quick second. Why would somebody pass on the right when there's a bunch of traffic? Right? Let's go and take a look. There's a bunch of traffic. Why would somebody pass on the right? Now, should the car have done that? Let's see. No, the car was an idiot. I get it. But you're not turning right. Guys, there's so much wrong here. First of all, the car shouldn't have done that. Secondly, we should not be passing on the right, especially if we're using the right-only turn lane. So you see how there's like multiple factors here. This is a little bit more complex than just passing on the right. So multiple factors played into this. Now we could sit here and be like, oh, well, if that car didn't do that, I would have been fine. It's like, be predictable in traffic. If that's a right turn lane, you turn right. I don't know. There's some things that we have control, some things we don't. Because I can sit here and say, if you weren't ever in that lane trying to go straight, you wouldn't have been hit. Just like if that car didn't do that, I wouldn't have been hit. Same thing. One of them you have control over. This one you didn't have control over. They're not supposed to be doing that. That absolutely sucks. That one you had no time to honestly do anything. So that's why, as a smart rider, we acquire and use personal protective equipment. And this person just ate it. So let's take a look at this one. Car just smashed into him. That sucks. So, ooh, rib pain. This is why we wear full gear, just in case. And it looks like they just took off. They tried to squeeze in. Oh, good job. Okay, call 911. Remain calm. Ensure your own safety. Double check for any major bleeds. Get off on the side of the road. Ooh, what's this pattern, everybody? You guys, we see it. We see like at least 2, 3, 4, 5 of these every video. So that's letting me know that people aren't paying attention when it comes to this pattern. The open lane pattern, Smee. Exactly. You're always popping in. I love that. Thank you. You can go ahead and grab a slice of pizza. Enjoy yourself. But an open lane pattern. One of these cars is going to pull out in front of us. Oh, maybe not.
The driver was convinced the driver ahead was too busy.
That was still a pattern, though.
The green light.
Sometimes it doesn't happen.
The driver clearly didn't appreciate the biker's reaction.
Okay, so it's a road rage thing. All right. It is. We were right that it's an open lane pattern. I was wrong saying somebody's gonna pull out. What? But sometimes that happens. If nobody pulls out, it's a great day. If somebody does, we're prepped.
You didn't wait. You didn't go. Why are you going so slow?
I don't really care. I don't care. Don't care about your opinion, buddy. All right, here we go. Oh, a lot of merging issues. Is this an open lane pattern? Oh, they swerved to get around. Yeah. So what can we do? Wear gear, but then we can also swerve right as best we could. So he did a good job. He didn't hit the back of the car. He swerved to get around it. This is the best that it could have happened. Oh, tram tracks. Yep. Tram tracks. All right, so how do you get over these? How do you get over tram tracks? Well, you don't just kind of scoot, get your tires stuck. You're like, I need to get over. Get over. Get over. With a purpose. You're trying to get over it, get over it. Don't just like, oh, there's a little gap there. You know there's a gap there. That's where your tires are going to get stuck in. Do a quick little boop. Practice your swerve. Boop. New lane position. Get out of it. Yeah. If you ride in a city that has that, that's what you do.
Oh.
Okay, what do we got? We're in a lane filter with a bus. Okay, any pedestrians? Any pedestrians? Oh, there it is. Oh, wait. What did you call him? I know the word pendejo. I don't know the rest. But it looks an awful lot like we were passing our buddies. We're in oncoming traffic. We're riding like idiots. And we try to scoot over because look at the car. We would have hit the car. So I don't know if you're calling him a name. But you're doing some dumb stuff. right, here we go. That's exactly what's happening here. We're all over the place. We're acting like 206. I saw it at 210 kilometers an hour. That's 124 to 130 miles an hour. So all of you guys are acting like idiots going over 100 miles an hour and you're not even using the same lane. You have a turn coming up too, by the way. There it is. Just going on a regular ride until, nice and easy. You got a stoplight coming up ahead. People are passing around, doing a U-turn. Good swerve. Good job. Yeah, that person is a dumbass, but you did a good job swerving and getting out of the way. That was really good. All right, I don't recommend riding on sidewalks. Oh. Why did he not see you? Real quick. Just take a look. Remember, parking lot awareness. Also look at where the sun is. If the sun is at your back and an oncoming vehicle is turning left in front of you, maybe they're kind of blinded. So just chill. Yeah, the giant ball of flaming gas. So just chill in these parking lots. I mean, look at the sun. It's kind of blinding me a little bit. Got very lucky. Was it a mistake of the driver? Yeah. Got very lucky. Did we get hit? I hope not. That's a nice bike. Wear full gear, just in case. Oh. Ooh, that would have been bad. That would have been bad. Yeah, that would have been really bad. Parking lot awareness, once again. Cruising through, can't see around the corner. Hopefully nothing's around the corner. There it is. Nice little swerve. Perfect. So when we were talking about position for safety, locate, assess, and navigate. So this is a hazardous situation, always prepared. We're not speeding around the corner. So we're gonna go ahead and go around it. Boom, right here. Even hear the Metal Gear Solid pop up. All right, so relevant threat? Yeah, it's in my lane. Is it an active threat? Oh yeah, definitely in my lane. I got to put myself in a new position for safety. 3 things: swerve, brake, accelerate. I'm gonna go ahead and swerve into a new position for safety. There it is. Swerve back to maintain in my lane because now I'm in a new position for safety. And now we're gonna do the plan method all over again. Gonna keep locating things. Moved over, guys, it's an open lane pattern. We designed it ourselves. We decided we don't want to be stuck behind this white car. We see a gap. We're gonna move into the open lane. That motorcycle rider did. He did a head check. We did a head check. Now we're here. Look at this pattern. Burn it into your memory. Use your mirror neurons, okay? We're paying attention. This is why I want you guys to watch these videos so you don't have to make the same mistakes. If you see this out when you're riding, somebody might want to go into that open spot just like you wanted to. So if that's the case, be prepared for it. And what do? 3 things. So you emergency accelerate it out. Now, another open lane for that. We're going to probably do a new open lane. We don't want to be stuck behind the black vehicle. We're going to get in the far right lane, and then we're going to do probably what the motorcycle rider up ahead is going to do. Don't want to be stuck behind the white vehicle, and we're going to go to the open lane. So it's passing. These are opportunities to pass. Pay attention. Oh, there's the motorcycle rider. Look at the motorcycle rider up ahead. He just did it. Like I said he was going to do. He just passed the white car. So it happens. Why are you so surprised every single time it happens? Why are you surprised? I'm trying to tell you to locate these patterns so you don't become surprised. Because when you get surprised, what do? You panic. So if you're not surprised, you remember, I can do 3 things. So if something does happen, it's not going to surprise me. I'm going to be able to do 3 things. 1 of 3 things, or a mixture of 2 or 3. Like whatever. I know what to do in case this scenario happens. That's called training. That's called practice. You practice for scenarios that possibly could happen to you so that when they do happen to you, you fall down to the lower level of your training in an emergency situation. So the automatic response that you have is the training you did. Weird concept. Wild. Oh, head check. Moved off to the new lane. We just did the open lane pattern right here. That's what I'm saying. He's going to do that same thing. I can tell. He just did a head check. He's going to get on that lane, and then he's going to probably get in front of the Suzuki because he doesn't want to be stuck behind the white car. Oh, my gosh. I haven't taken a mirror in a long time. Well, you shouldn't be doing that. Open lane pattern. He wanted to get in the left lane. Just, it's an intersection, so people want to switch over. What do we got here? Oh, downed rider. Oh, we're not going to stop. Okay. Never mind. Not a rescue situation. Our lane's moving. Are you going to switch over?
Bye. Have a great.
Yep. All right, create some distance. Good. Create a space cushion. Very nice. Are they going to get mad? I don't know. Oh, this one looks fun. But thank you, MotoStars, for putting out these videos. I appreciate that. So for the rest of you, though, grab a slice of pizza. Make sure you get the free drills that are going to be in the description. Or just go to motorcycletrainingconcepts.com. Ride safe, everybody. Oh, I forgot to do that. Whatever. I got distracted. I forgot to promote the drills. I'll make a video and I'll just cut it in, I guess. How you doing, S1000? I'll fix it in post. We're doing it live. Yeah, make sure you guys get the drills. You get free drills. Check it out. It's pinned at the top of the chat. Pinned at the top of the chat. I don't even know if I could do. I don't know. Getting a little tired. Yeah, it's already 1:30. That's why. How long have we been streaming? About 2.5 hours. And I'm a little tired today. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do two more. I might have to do a live stream. I might have to get back and do a live stream on Tuesday and get some extra ones. Yeah. Let's head to my office. Creatine's a good choice. Yeah, creatine's good. Doing a 100-mile ride this weekend for charity. Super excited. I met Randy Couture in the last. Nice. I used to watch him all the time. But I didn't get good sleep last night for some reason. If you notice my beard, I'm growing my beard out just a tiny bit. I will save these for next week. I'll go ahead and make an adjustment. I'll save these two for next week, and then whatever MotoStars has available. But I'm gonna go ahead and play with these videos because the videos that have been going out this week have been getting ad suitability issues and age restricted. So I got to make some adjustments. That's what I'm gonna be doing today. I'm gonna play around with it. I'm gonna re-update the next two. The next two videos in the next 2 days are age restricted. So I'm gonna take them down, change it up, and then re-upload, see what it looks like. Let's see if today's video even got demonetized, because it happens usually. I wouldn't be surprised. No, it's still fine. Still fine. All my appeals are being rejected. That's nice. Yeah, and so like that's why I've been promoting the other channel, Motorcycle Training Concepts, and then that's why I've been focusing on writing articles and working on newsletters, and that's why I want to run the academy, because it's like this kind of stuff keeps happening on this main channel, which is the big one, and so I'm trying to build up a second channel that can compete with this one, but it's going to be all motorcycle training. We're going back to the basics of just straight like how to ride a motorcycle, and I might not do crashes and close call compilation reviews. I might just stick to here's a crash, here's how to solve it. So I'm not like doing like a massive amount of crashes at once. I think that's the problem. That's the big problem. Do you all know when the next car sale? I don't. We just had the Easter sale. Let me see. I'm going to go through my emails because they usually do the same ones every year. So last year, let's see. Last year, it was already, because flash sale last year was around this time. When did it show the next flash sale? I'm looking through my emails because I get updates. July 4th is probably going to be the next one. So 4th of July. Because I'm looking through and I see the Easter for last year, and then the next one I see is in July. So more than likely the next one will be July 4th, and then Labor Day, and then Black Friday. So you got 3 more 20% off sales coming up probably. So Independence Day, July 4th. So July, August, November. You probably have 3 more coming up. Yeah, you might have to wait. It'll be more than likely a 20%. What was last July? I don't even know if they like it that I talk about this. Last July was a 22% off. So that's actually more than 20 that they normally do. Okay, so Labor Day was also 22% off. That's more. What was Black Friday? Black Friday was 25% off. So I don't know if they're going to do the same percentage off this year, but that's what they did last year. So if you want to wait, you can wait. I can offer you 10% right now. Wait, somebody passed the MSF? Crew Son, just passed MSF yesterday. Your videos helped me prefer. Dude, we're just ending the stream and you have to end it on a good note. Why do you have to end it on? Oh, thank you. I appreciate the kind words. Congrats for passing. Congrats for passing. I can help out with Supernaut. That's what we're doing here. We're here in my office just hanging out. But congrats for passing, and I'm glad my videos have helped you. If you just passed, part of what I'm trying to do with the Smart Rider motorcycle training system is that the MSF only teaches you so much, right? So like whatever you're feeling, it's like, oh, am I really prepared for the road? I go over the plan method in this book. You can do 24 motorcycle drills in a parking lot with this. And if you have any nervousness or you're scared of like crashes and whatnot, you get the rescue card and rescue booklet also. It's part of the Smart Rider training system. So if you want to check out the digital version, that'll go instantly to your phone or your computer. It's a PDF you can download, or you get free shipping in the United States for that stuff. But that's part of why I developed it, is because it only teaches you so much. Riding on the road is part of the first book, but I'm creating a new series and a new digital download to start where I show you all the different street strategies of like riding the mountains, town, in traffic, in parking lot, neighborhood, all that stuff, like a little bit extra. But if you're good to go, you're good to go. Congrats. The cliff notes on the appeals getting rejected and all that stuff. So YouTube is cracking down on my videos. So the ad suitability, that means there's limited to no ads on the video, okay? Let's not talk about money specifically right now, but limited to no ads. I'll tell you what that means. And then like age restricted. So now you have to be logged in and you have to like showcase that you're 18 or over. So what this means, for one, yeah, no ads, limited to no ads. So I don't get paid for those videos. It is what it is. Thank you guys for supporting me in the shop and buying the books. Thank you. And everyone else. It does hurt a little bit. It does hurt. I'll just say that. It does hurt not getting ads on it. And then when it comes to age restriction, like I said, you have to be logged in. So these videos that are age restricted just don't get shown. Like I would say it gets shown to 20% versus like the 100% I would want. So it gets shown to like 20% of the people. So the education doesn't get shown to anybody. And that sucks because I want people to get the knowledge to learn. Thankfully, I do so many videos that it's kind of like the same stuff over and over again. So that if somebody does see one of my videos, they do get to see it. But it does hurt because like I spend time editing, I spend time doing these live streams. And that's also the same thing for the ad suitability. And so if you, not you, but if YouTube, if they make it to where it's limited to no ads, the algorithm on YouTube decides, hey, we're not going to push it out to a bunch of people. If it's really, really good, we will. But if it's like a normal video, nah, we're not going to, because YouTube doesn't make money either. So they're like, we can only showcase so many videos to people. We're not going to put one out that's not going to make us money either. But if it's a really good one, it's like, if it's a really good one, they're going to be like, yeah, we'll push that out because we know that they'll stay on YouTube longer. And they'll pick a different video because they got entertained or whatever. So when it goes limited to no ads and age restriction, it just makes it to where views drop, and that means people can't get the education. And that's what sucks. My fear is that if they keep doing this, they might just say, hey, guess what? You are not making us money. We're not going to, there's no point in putting out any of your videos. Your whole channel is pretty much like this. We're just going to go ahead and take your channel down. That's catastrophizing. That's the worst case scenario. Or it's like, hey, we're just not going to put you in the partner program, which means that I don't get any revenue. And since I don't get any revenue, they don't get any revenue. Therefore, they might say, let's just not put out any of your videos. So that kind of sucks. And so what I'm trying to do is I'm going to make some adjustments to how the videos are situated. Let's go back to the office. I'm going to make some adjustments because once again, just like what we do in the after action reviews, I can't just be like, hey, the external is causing my problems. It's like the external threw a problem at me. How do I solve it? What do I have control over? And so I'm going to make some adjustments to the titles, thumbnails, descriptions, make sure it's focused heavily on motorcycle tips, motorcycle training, and maybe that will make it to where they don't get ad restricted or age restricted. So maybe that will be the thing. But then also it's like, you know what, if we're going to go focus heavily on motorcycle training, then let's take a chance on the second channel, which is just purely motorcycle training. Because those videos don't get it ad restricted because there's no crashes. So that's the cliff notes basically. That's the cliff notes. It's not a fun feeling. It is what it is. Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. So the whole point is like, okay, so what can I have control over? Well, guys, the pinned comment is free 5 U-turn drills from the Smart Rider Drills. And I don't know why it says no email, no purchase. That's not the case. I'm going to keep it pinned, but that's not the case. You have to get your email. So the idea, I don't know why I put that in there. Oh, shoot, it went away. The whole point of it is that you get the 5 drills, and I'm building an email list so that when it's time, oh man, what the heck just happened? I'll just do this. There we go. The whole point is building an email list because then I can now share information with everybody in email versus having to deal with YouTube. That's kind of the point. So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get off so I can work on this. I'm gonna eat some food, take the dogs out, and I'm gonna work on the videos. I see you guys chatting, and so if you guys want to continue chatting, join the Discord. That's free. You guys are all chatting in there. It's an easier chat room. So I'll go ahead and post a link to the Discord server so you guys can take the chats out to that. That's free, Discord. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next live stream. Yeah, I'm done. I gotta take care of some stuff. I'll see you guys later.